Yeah, so Dragapult's still doing pretty good. Just want to point that out. Dragapult's still doing all right. So only the really interesting thing from the latest tier list from Japan for Chaos Rising is that Mega Greninja is number 2. So it's still Dragapult is over a quarter of the meta because of course it is. But Greninja is number 2, Lucario's number 3. You got Raging Butt, you got Garchomp, Zoroark, Alakazam, Mewtwo. The meta just again. Again. Amazing meta. Amazing meta. What the hell? Amazing meta. Everyone's happy. What the hell? We hate this. No one likes this. Dragapult, Mega Frost. Yeah, you can pair Dragapult with anything. Greninja doesn't have to be paired with Dragapult, but yes, it is one of the lists. Sort of like how Beedrill is paired with Arboliva, which is the correct way to say Arboliva, even though I hate it. I think Blaziken is probably the number one. Maybe it's tough to say. I'd say Dusknoir is probably better, but Blaziken, you don't have to worry about Psyduck and stuff. Yeah, we just need to ban Dragapult. Just healthy meta, what we have for the next 10, 11 months. All right, and the other big news for today is that for some reason, the Chaos Rising pre-release promos were shown off really early. Like, it's just under a month until the pre-releases come out. And this is the best one. By far, you want to pull the Delphox. The Crobat one is also good just because, power levels of cards are very low. Same day as pre-orders? Still, right? Still, it's like a month ahead. It still seems really early when it's like a month ahead of time. So Delphox is the best one. They're all stage 2s. You absolutely want to pull Delphox. That is it. You don't want anything else. Nothing else is good. Crobat is fine. If you get Crobat, you won't hate your life too much, but it only does 80 damage, right? It's confused and poisoned, so that'll be interesting. But, it's 80 damage for 1. If they flip through the confusion, nighttime emissions is fine. But it's just 80 damage. You just want the Delphox, right? You get the Delphox, you get card draw, just don't deck yourself out, put a bit of energy into play, and boom, you win the game. So Delphox is by far the best one. Crobat can work, especially with Grimsley's move. But, we're playing Tapu Koko, or we're not playing Tapu, we're playing Luxray today. So there was literally 4 Pokemon. There were 4 lightning Pokemon in perfect order. 3 of them were Shinx, Luxio, and Luxray. The other one was Dedenne. So this card makes the deck better because it can just evolve right away if they're active as an EX. So the Luxio doesn't have to be in the active, just their active has to be an EX. So it can be on the bench and totally fine. It's tough. The vibes were weird. There's no real other way to say it. When I was testing, the vibes were real strange. So we're just going to hop right into it. The vibes were really, really weird. Okay, Clam Burglar, thank you. I won some games, but the vibes were odd. I kept winning. I kept flipping heads on my crushing hammers. It was very, very strange. And I'm sorry, never gonna let me down. Hey, you're number 1. And well, no, it's not that they shouldn't stop printing dragon types. It's that they shouldn't have got rid of fairies. Yeah, I never flip tails. Are we going first or second? We're going first, so I still think it's a Badoo start. Yeah, I went 4-0 on Crushing Hammer. As soon as oh, yep, here we go. I'm not playing the Clefairy build. There you go. First game of the day is Lucario. Because I'm not playing the Clefairy build, I'm playing the Hammer build. Of course. Of course, we're playing the Hammer build, so what happens? We get Lucario game 1. Okay, oh wow, okay, they're playing the free version. The good news is that it appears they're playing the free version of Lucario. The bad news is that they're playing Lucario, and I'm not playing the Clefairy build, and I have Nighttime Mine, and I built this deck specifically to not suck a butt, and guess whose butt's getting sucked right now, and guess who doesn't have a Lightning Energy and a Tapu Koko? You put tons of energy in your deck, and PTCGO says, nah, bro. All right, let's go and just thin out the deck. I will go for a Luxio. We'll get that guy out of the deck as well. Nighttime Mine is useless. The Badoo's probably getting knocked out. We just hit end turn. You know, this is what I say in the intro of the YouTube video, is that I played Hops Trevenant. I played Hops Trevenant for 18 games for 3 hours, 1 Lucario. When I started testing this deck, guess what happened? My first 4 games were Lucario, Dragapult, Lucario, Lucario. So I played 4 test games, and 3 of the 4 were Lucario, and the other one was the best deck in the format. And no, lightning decks are terrible. Professor Oak, thank you.
3 months of this.
And well, this might be the free version. But, you know, the Okie Dokie, I've talked about this. The Okie Dokie is not a bad card. It's just not a good card, right? It's just not the best card. Yeah, is that a Squawkabilly? Yeah, like it's not the worst card. It's just not also the best card, right? Because you have to set it up. All right, so we have Luxio. Let's Luxie go and get... I mean, I guess, yeah, we just get rid of that and that. We don't need the Nighttime Mine. Get the Luxio. Llama, thank you. But you can't really win this matchup. That's the problem. And I think I put the Shinx down. And we just Lily's Determination and hope for something. Well, we got something. It just wasn't the something that I wanted. So we'll get rid of a random card from their hand and hope it's something useful. Do I go for Judge or Zerosic here? I guess we just go for Zerosic. Lapras EX could win this matchup. Hey, I have ideas for Lapras EX, but you keep memeing on me. It's never gonna happen. No, I'll turn this plane around. And well, actually, technically, that was probably the best card we could have gotten, unless they have a Lilies in their hand. But I mean, Ultra Ball does mean Meowth or well, the game is over. I can't win now. Isn't Pokemon cards fun? Where you're like, oh, if I can just play cards to win, I'll be fine. But oh no, they have weakness advantage, I lose. So this is why you have to play the Clefairy. Oh my god. This is why you have to play the Clefairy build. Is because it's Clefairy likely that you're going to face Lucario. It's just so annoying, right? That you can't play Lightning decks in 2026 because Lucario exists. All right, let's, yeah, we'll attach to you. I guess I bosses hors d'oeuvres the Okie Dokie and just try to buy myself a little bit of time here. I'm not quite sure how I can win because I don't have anybody who can snipe the bench or anything, but, you know, we'll figure it out. We will figure it out. We have all the things in the world. So let's go attach a grass to you. Lightning, lightning. Okay, that was weird. That was a very strange way that PTCGL did that, but I just knew, right? I just knew that it was going to be Lucario today, just Lucario constantly. Because we're playing a Lightning deck, and this is what Lightning decks have to deal with in this day and age. And if you're wondering, but Poilet, why'd you attach to the Joltik? But Poilet, why'd you attach to the Joltik? Because I have Galvantula in the deck. Not Galvantula EX, because that's also weak to fighting, and that would be terrible. And we don't do those things here. But I have the baby Galvantula, which is, you know, fine. It helps with Zygarde. It can attack. It can do things, you know. But I have several different lists. I have a Dust Noir build because the new Luxray... Actually, I'm a pro streamer. Pro streamer incoming. That's the Goodra, by the way. The Goodra sucks. The new Luxray... It's 70 damage for each prize card you have taken. So the Stradivarius there is that you just Dust Noir for knockouts like 3 or 4 times, and then you just have this Luxray sitting and waiting. Obviously, if they have a side deck, your life is ruined, but I mean, it gives you a chance, right? Gives you a chance. The thought process, it's the thought process that counts. Okay, so I have to... You do 130, discard 2, so I think what I just do is I just get set up here, and then I try to hope that they don't got it like that. That's the whole strat, is we just hope they don't have it like that. Because we have the slightest of chances of winning this one. We have the absolute slightest of chances. No, this has been the stream title since Saturday night, Sunday morning. I made this stream title. Oh, there's the switch. Great. We just lost the game because I have no way of doing anything. And they have another backup Lucario. Fantastic. The only card they could have gotten to win the game is a switch, and they didn't even have to dig for it. They just had the switch. All right, let's... I guess I just... Yeah, there's nothing I can do, because they have 3 prizes. I can bring up the Okie Dokie. Actually, no, I can just bring up the Okie Dokie again, and then hope they have no more switch cards. There's no actual strategy anymore. The strategy is just... hope they can't do anything for 27 turns. That's it. That is it. That's all we do is just hope they can't do anything for 27 turns. And, yeah, and if they triple attach, that's cool. Nah, there's no way they have another switch. They wouldn't waste all those precious trade credits on a... Wait, can you craft Phantasmal Flames cards? Because Phantasmal Flames was November, December, January, February, March, April. So you still can't even craft this. And Video Game House? Yeah, getting rid of their supporters is good. So you still have to wait until next month to craft Phantasmal Flames over-numbered cards. And there's the judge. Okay, but that doesn't matter because they have over-attached and stuff. They are an overly attached girlfriend here. There's Titty Mountain. Still no maintenance update. All right. I guess I just wait. Like, this won't be in the video. Incineroaring, didn't that one rotate? I think that one rotated. I'm just doing this to hope. Yeah, that Tapu Koko rotated. Unfortunately. Yeah, we're trying to just win by deck out. But they can just they can't light punch. They have to put 3 energy on this thing. But I can use Crushing Hammer. So I'm hoping that they have no more switches. They have no more thingy things. And we'll be fine. All right, so this is great. The Crushing Hammers are going to be very important, okay? The fact that they didn't attach that energy is kind of wild to me. And thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. This is a terrible time to raid because we're just going to do nothing. I'm just trying to annoy this Lucario player. They probably run out of time before... Don't tell me you have another switch. I'm going to blame everyone who raided if they get a switch off of this, and I'm going to ban everyone. I'm going to ban everyone. Okay, so they got an energy. So we have to rely on the Crushing Hammers. If these Crushing Hammers hit, I will make everyone who raided a VIP. And that is not necessarily something you want. All right, so there's Battle Cage. Here we go. It's all going to come down to this. It's all going to come down to this. Well, obviously, Mark, I knew. Okay? Did you honestly think we were going to hit double heads on... Did you think we were going to hit any heads? Did you honestly think we were going to hit a single heads on those? Did you honestly think we were going to get a single heads? I told you, I went 4-0. I literally went 4-0 off stream. And I had, I think it was Dragapult and Lucario both conceded against me. And I went 4-0. Isn't that absolutely hilarious? All right, let's just believe in the heart of the cards. That was not the heart of the cards right there. I'm also out of bosses. Oh, man. All right, well, so they keep getting... They keep getting the stuff, which is fine. There's a maximum belt. Okay. Wait, are they just going to pass? Are you just going to pass? They got Tarragon. All right. All right. I'll give you the sad face and then I'll concede. All right. Well, there you go. There's the first Lucario. I wanted to avoid the Clefairy build for as long as possible because I didn't want to play the Clefairy build because it's just like there's a million other versions of decks you could play that have Clefairy in them. right? I could have just played any deck. There's like literally a dozen, 2 dozen different decks I could have played with Clefairy in them. And if you're wondering about the results of the poll on Twitter, currently Mimikyu is winning with Dupiter in second. So I asked the internet, what's the worst official Pokemon pronunciation? Mimikyu is first, Dupiter is second, and Lopunny and Zacian are second, or tied for third, sorry. They're tied for third. And PB, well, considering that they just easily knock out a Luxray with a Lucario, you're kind of... Of course! I play 7 Lightning. I play 7 Lightning and 3 Grass. This happened to me during testing as well. Oh, we win this one. This literally happened during testing as well, where I finally got a Tapu Koko start, and instead of getting one of my 7 Lightning, I got one of my 3 Grass. All right, well, they got turn 1, Team Rocket's Energy Factory Pro... No Proton? Oh, I meant to do the confuse... We are finally living the dream, everybody. It's not quite... I would have wished I was going first, but they went first and had everything, you know, go their way. But we definitely go for you and you. So what are they... They're playing a Team Rocket's Persian deck. I guess I just go for the Jolted just in case, because obviously this is not going to work because it's me. It's Trust Your Pilot and flipping coins. Yep. It's Trust Your Pilot and flipping coins. What did you think was going to happen? All right, so we go for the Joltik. We attach this. We do some fast flights. I mean, it's probably better to just retreat, right? It's probably just better to just retreat and do the thing. So this is more of an energy control build with 4 Crushing Hammers, a Handy Fan. Hopefully they do evolve. I know they got Giovanni turn 1, and I just... The art on the Giovanni is hilarious. It's like, hey, what if... What? Why are you playing Redeemable Ticket in a Team Rocket's... They're playing Redeemable Ticket in Team Rocket's Persian? Why? What are they so afraid of? But this is absolutely a matchup we can win, and this is absolutely the kind of matchup that Luxray needs to kind of see in this day and age. If you don't know, we'll find out hopefully very soon, but Team Rocket's Persian, I think, is it looked at the top 8 or the top 10? That's somebody who's prized all their Persian? Probably. And they went for Pocket... They literally hit the Lilies. They hit the Lilies with Pocket Pilfer, choose a random card from your opponent's hand, and shove it up their butt. And they got the one card... Well, actually, the Lilies... I mean, I guess technically Judge is better in this situation, but still, right? I can still be a butt face. All right, well, we got another Crushing Hammer. We have a Lightning Energy. I think in this situation, we see what the Crushing Hammer does, because obviously I'd like to get rid of that Team Rocket's... Oh my god. Again, I'm not lying when I say to you that I literally and figuratively went 4-0 on Crushing Hammer flips off stream. On stream so far, I'm 1 for 6. It's Arachnid. It's Dupiter. They have their own Crushing Hammer. And they're gonna hit. Yep. Oh man, this game is great. This game is great. Oh, I love this game. Yeah, 1 head. Well, this is the only coin flip build. I don't think there's another build that has any coin flips in it. So yeah, we're 1 for 6. So 1 heads, 5 tails. Nah, the coins are fine. Wait, what? Okay, so are they just playing like a weird control build? Are they gonna deceit these nuts into their face? That doesn't make sense. Deceive these nuts go into their mouth? I don't know. Add hammer to every deck. So they'll probably just get something. Probably just get Ariana. Yeah, they're gonna get Ariana Grande. I have to be very careful because I didn't realize that we were facing literally the coin flip master bait. Okay, yeah, let's get Chain Lane. Because I would really like to just ruin their life. Yeah, you know how you ruin my life? I'm about to ruin yours, bro. Yeah, you see, you think you ruined my life? I'm gonna ruin yours. Let's go Luxray. Let's get Luxio out here. Your Luxio's about to run out, bro. Because the Pokemon's called Luxio. Get it? And so your Lux about to run out. Well, that could have been the Ariana. You know, they hit my Lilies. I hit their Ariana. You know, I banged their Ariana Grande. It would have been great, but and oh man. Okay, we're having fun. We're having fun today. They're taking the knockout.
Celebrating 19 months of paying a streamer to make bad puns. Trusty 34 groove.
I think you misspelled good. You mean good puns. And literally at the exact same moment that the Miltank gif showed up, someone called the Milkman. That one Milkman just followed. No, Lapras does insta-lose to Lucario because Lapras is terrible. I didn't know this, but this is a full control build. So if I'd known it was a full control build, obviously I would have done something different. So naughty order, reveal the top 10 cards of your opponent's deck, choose an attack from a Pokemon you find there. Yeah, I don't really have anything else going on. So I'll just Zerosic them and go from there. Yeah, we just immediate Zerosic. I think I should play with my balls. Press 1 if you want to watch me play with my balls. Actually, no, I can't. I can't play with my balls right now. They're a little too sore. Team Rocket's control, because it'll be, you play the Murkrow to prevent them from using an attack. You play a bunch of hammers. You use jamming Wang, so you get their Wang jammed in a door. And then you move an energy around. You play like Handy Fan probably. But like there's not too much that's why. Oh, they got rid of all of their bosses. That's great. All right, so there's good news here and there's bad news here. The good news is that we might win the game. The bad news is that we might also lose. There's good news and bad news. Good news is we might win. The bad news is we might lose. Neutralization Zone. I think I just get rid of the Transceiver. Like, yeah, these are all good cards, but oh, do I have to get rid of the neutralization? I'm out of stadiums. Yeah, I have to get rid of the neutralization. No, I don't. No, because I have Luxray and I just took a prize, so I can do 70 damage. Yeah, you want to enter the Bone Zone? You want to enter the Trust Your Pilot's Bone Zone? That's fine, because I can beat off your Boner Zoner. All right, they are hoping to do a little bit of damage. I hope I don't have. Actually, no, Zekrom's fine because it's doing what 180 damage. And if they copy Luxray, they're only going to copy Piercing Gaze because they can't risk really copying Volt Strike because they have to discard all energy. So they'll have to 3-shot me with Piercing Gaze or 2-shot me with Piercing Gaze and Volt Strike. And I'm literally 1 damage away. So I might clean up. I might end up knocking out Team Rocket's Persian. And there's the Boner Zoner. And they have the energy control. All right, well, there's no one they can give the energy to except for Tatsugiri. That is bad for me. I should have foreseen this. But the good news is, guess what's about to happen to them? Yeah. That's a fair trade in my eyes there. I'll take that trade. And yeah, I think I just attach and just keep getting rid of their hand. Because yes, I won't be able to affect their active, but I can just keep getting rid of all their energy. So they're out of energy now. They're not out of energy yet, but they have to keep having no cards in hand or else I'm just going to keep getting rid of them. And they're going to retreat. Oh, they're going for it. They're going for it. They're just like, well, we only have 1 chance to win. Wait, what is Cruel Slash? Your opponent's active is now confused. Well, huh. Yeah, I guess we just put it on the Tarantula. All right, well, I have a choice here, and it's not really a good one. They can use Cruel Slash. I guess I honestly have to do this. We have to go get the lightning energy. And then I go for this guy. I'm just very low on energy right now, which is a bit of a problem. There's Galvantula, which we don't currently want. All right, here we go. Here we go. Please, come on, bro. Thank you. Oh my god. All right. Well, at this point, yeah, we just got to keep piercing gaze. And honestly, if I knocked myself out, that's not the worst thing in the world. But my energy count is in big trouble right now. I was really thinking we should have gone for the neutralization zone. And now I'm regretting not going for the neutralization zone. We definitely should have gotten rid of that because that's just like a game-winning card for them because I have no more stadiums. Well, there's a Farticuno. That's not bad. I guess they're just gonna, yeah, go into the Tarantula, and they can't do anything. But I truly, truly believe that we cannot win this game. I mean, I have to let the Luxray knock itself out at some point. Well, I didn't think, yeah, I guess what I should have known is that they had Team Rocket's energy, they had neutralization zone, they had transceiver. Them drawing cards wasn't a bad thing. It was the boner zoner that was the problem. So I have 10 total energy in the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I should have 3. All right, that's fine. Actually, I think I just lose now. Oh yeah, they just that's 0-2. That's 0-2. All right. Well, we'll play one more with this build because it's clearly cursed. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I've never played this matchup before. I've never played against a Team Rocket's control neutralization zone deck. So I do, yeah, sure, I guess that goes there. Yeah, let's just concede. Well, no, I wouldn't have won the game. They would have had all the things. I guess. Sure, we attach to you and then incessant onslaught. And I know I shouldn't attach the lightning, but this is boring, right? I'm not enjoying myself. There's an energy How? It's like they came prepared for me specifically. It's like they came specifically prepared for my deck today. All right, well, and they got the tool scrapper. They literally built their deck to beat me off. All right, well, I'm just gonna, I mean, yeah, let's just get out of here. Okay, we're playing one more. We're gonna win. Okay, it's gonna be great. I almost out-controlled the control deck, but of course, they had every answer to everything I did. All right, we're facing off against a 1300s player, so that means they're terrible, and we can't lose. Unless it's Lucario, we can't lose this game. PB, I already made that joke, and I did it much better than you, so you should be ashamed of yourself. Oh, well, we didn't get the Tapu Koko start. We actually didn't get any start. Again, 10 energy. 10 energy in the deck. Okay. Well, that's both fine and also not fine. And we got the again. All right, well, let's just do all the things, I guess. So, yeah, boom, boom. But I don't have an energy, so that's kind of a problem. I guess I Pokepad for Badoo, even though I really don't want to. And end turn. All right. So I will write this down. And it'll be me. 19. Oh, what? Oh, no. Oh, please, no. Please, no. Okay. Oh, I was worried. I was worried this was Clefable. I was terrified that this was Clefable. Instead, it's just Dragapult. Oh, you know, it's much better. It's only Dragapult, everybody. Don't worry. It's only Dragapult. Even when we face someone in the 1400s, we still face Dragapult. All right. This is a not great board position for them, at least. No, I think beating Clefable would have been fairly straightforward. I definitely think I could have beaten Clefable, right? All right. I mean, I personally would have just left the Clefairy up there and been like, what are you going to do, bro? I was just about to say, please do not top deck an energy PDCGL, because then I have to make an impossible decision, because I want to be able to use Joltik, but it would have been better to use Lilies. I can believe in the heart of the cards here. We can definitely do a heart of the cards moment, but I think this is just attached to the Pheasantipity. And then watch, we'll get Air Balloon energy in this hand. Okay, that's fine. No Luxio, though. That's a little... That perturbs me. I am currently perturbed. But what I was hoping to do is I wanted to Air Balloon the Pheasantipity, retreat into Joltik, and then put 3 energy on the Pheasantipity, and then I could have sniped one of the Dreepy and just sort of make them suck their own butt, and that would have felt pretty good. Ooh. Let me guess, you got a Crispin in that hand? Who can tell these things? Who has played against Dragapult so much that they just know? All right, so it would appear that we're going to be doing some Badoo Wars here. That is fine. The question is, when do I Zerosic? Ooh, the Battle Cage is great. I'll tell you why the Battle Cage is great, because I am awesome. The question is, when do I Zerosic? Right? I think we have to wait on the Zerosic. It's just, there's just no real good time to Zerosic, and having the Joltik on the bench against Dragapult is really bad. And that's great. But hopefully they just have a real thick hand here. They give me a real thick handy. And yeah, that's the new thing. I totally agree. You already play Psychic Energy. You play Blaziken. There's no reason not to put Clefairy in your Dragapult deck, because you play Psychic and Colorless. You play Psychic, Fire, Darkness. You pair it with the Blaziken. You can get a Clefairy powered up right away. All right, well, they're not doing anything. So I'm going to believe in the heart of the cards here and regret that decision immediately. So what I mean, I don't have anything I can do. I just got to pop the Zerosic, because next turn, they're going to obviously knock out my Badoo, so I'm going to be using Pheasantipity. As long as they don't have Dragapult Boss's energy to knock out my Fez and then take a 3-prize turn, we should be okay. We should be fine as long as they don't have everything in the history of the universe that they need. All right, so they have a 3-card hand and they need a 3-card combo. And there's the Air Balloon. Thanks, PDCGL. Love ya. You've always looked out for me, especially when my back is to you, and you always tell me you like to watch me leave, and I feel grossed out. Yeah, I would say they definitely have Dragapult, Crispin, all the things. Yep. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, see, I told you they had it. I told you Dragapult always has it. Like, even when they're item locked, even after Zerosic, They still have Dragapult energy bosses on a 3-card hand, but luckily the battle cage did not get bumped, and they got really overzealous there. Dragapult always has it. Well, this is gonna go downhill real quick unless we get a Lilies or something. That's a nighttime mine. Well, could this please work? Could this please work? That'd be great. Thank you. All right, let's see what they got. Let's get rid of the Psychic. And then I have Pokepad for a Luxio. I could maybe get the Unfair Stamp, but let's go Luxio. I don't want a Luxray. I really don't want to use the nighttime mine right now. That seems really bad, doesn't it? So we have to get rid of Luxray Air Balloon. And then I have to go and get Tatsugiri, because my hand is unplayable. As much as I enjoy giving myself a handy, I can't do that right now. And I can't put any damage on them. And there's a... Thanks, Tatsugiri. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, bro. Oh, man, how'd you know what I wanted? Oh, you just knew. All right, well, we're going to have to nighttime mine and hope. Oh, my God. Please just don't have it like that. Please. Oh, they had the bump. They had the immediate bump. There goes all of my plans. All of my stadiums are done. Nighttime mine would have... Oh, yep, here we go. Well, did you notice how if in the first 3 games of this stream, if I'd played the Lilies build, we'd be 3-0 instead of 0-3? If I played the Clefairy build, we'd be 3-0 instead of 0-3. You can't play Luxray Lightning decks. You can't play Luxray in this day and age. There's just no way when everyone's playing Lucario and Dragapult, and they just always have it like that, there's nothing you can do. And I know, oh, but Pilot, why'd you bump the battle cage for nighttime mine? That was stupid. It wasn't smart, but I had to try and hope the Tatsugiri survives. So if they can't hit Jet Headbutt, we might have been okay. But clearly I am the Jet Butthead. Because Dragapult always has it like that, and I need to play the Clefairy build. No, it's not that the build is bad. It's just that I had to play the Clefairy build, right? Like I wanted to avoid the Clefairy build for as long as possible, and unfortunately, that was as long as we got. And I'm playing. It's a good build. It won me several games off stream. I had a 5-game winning streak with it, but I just knew the vibes were off. The vibes were very weird with it. Fine. How much do you want to bet this is not going to be Lucario or Dragapult? And Sonny, what did they announce a patch for tomorrow? Still no patch for tomorrow. So I think my theory is correct that no one's working on the game right now. Like that seems to be very likely, is that just no one is currently working on the game, because it doesn't really seem like anyone's working on the game. Because if people were working on the game, there'd be, you know, issues being fixed. Yeah, they're all, you know, they broke 81 new cards. They couldn't even get 81 cards right. And then we start the Clefairy. Well, that's kind of why I went first. Watch this be a metal deck. Press 1 if this is Steven's Matter. Wait, is this a lightning deck? It is a metal deck. I told you. I told you. Oh my God. I told you. Watch this be a metal deck, because we switched to the Clefairy build after we faced nothing but Lucario and Dragapult. So I'm like, oh, okay, let's switch to the Clefairy build. There is absolutely no way Let's switch to the Clefairy build, Trust Your Pilot. Let's switch to something weak to metal, because you've just been facing Lucario and Dragapult all day, and you wanted to avoid Clefairy. But then what's the first thing they flip over? A metal type. Oh, and it's our Chaladon too. Do you see why I have to make the... Do you see why my mental psyche is so bad? Do you see? Do you see why my brain is so broken all of the time? All right, let's go get Luxio. I want to save the Ultra Ball to try and get some things in there. I guess I just put the Battle Cage down in case they have Monkey Dory. All right, but we got this. Just give me a psych. How did you give me 0 energy? How did I get 0 energy off of that? Oh my god, this game. I have 2 energy searches as well. Okay, well, what are the odds? I just want the Clefairy. Okay, fine. I have to retreat the Clefairy. That is non-negotiable at this point. Oh, man. Yeah, just because there was a very possibility of a world. That was a sentence. And this is why I hate Canary. I'll talk about it in a second because I'm ending my turn. But this is why I do not like Canary. Is you look at my hand. How does Canary advance my board position? Canary gets you 4 lightning. This is... Okay, that's 2 things I have to explain. But Canary does not advance your board position if you don't have an energy in your hand. Right? Rosa, you don't really need Rosa. I think Electric is just better because you want to be able to like Judge or Xerosic and use Luxray in the same turn. Like, I don't mind Rosa, but see, I knew it. But Canary, if you don't have an energy, they're going to bosses my Clefairy. Not realizing that they can't gobble me down. They have to attach an energy, though. Well, they're going to gobble down my Clefairy. Who could have seen this coming? All right, that's fine. For each prize card you have taken. So I have to put up the... No, I don't have to put up Tatsugiri. We can put you down. But yeah, I was just like, what are the odds that they have our Chaladon energy bosses? Well, they literally had our Chaladon energy bosses. And they still got it. All right, I have to... I guess put the Shanks down just to thin the deck. This absolutely is a Lily's turn. Please give me any energy. I don't care which one. Okay, well, I would have preferred a different type, but that's fine. Okay, so in this situation, I will go get a lightning energy. And this will be attached to you. I don't think I need to play with my balls right now. Actually, yeah, let's play with my ball. I'm gonna play with my balls. I'm gonna go get a premature Zekrom, or do I just get Fez? I think I just get Fez because I have the Neo Upper, I have the counter gain. I know for a fact I'm knocking out the Mega Mawile next turn. So that's good. Let's get that. All right, and then if I Electric to this guy, I will need Zekrom to win this game, I think. But the good news is that they can't knock me out, but I can knock them out next turn. And there's a... Ooh, wait, which one? I guess Fez, right? Yeah, I think Fez is the correct one there. But we both know they're going to top deck a Lilies. We both know they're top decking a Lilies. Or any sort of supporter that draws... Maybe it'll be a boss's. Maybe that'll be even funnier. Maybe it'll be a boss's orders, and we'll laugh our butts off, and we'll clap our own cheeks, and we'll just have... Oh, they had Air Balloon. Great. All right, well, this is perfect. They blew their entire load. Let this be a lesson to never blow your load unless you absolutely have to. You know, blowing your load can be dangerous. All right, let's We want to save that for the dude. Because they put the stupid air balloon on the Archaludon, I can't bring it up and make their life a living hell. And yeah, let's go Pokepad for Luxio. And Necro, welcome in. All right, this is both good and bad because I have to get rid of all my energy. Oh, man. So we did knock it out. I'm going to have to make a couple of things happen. But we're ahead on prizes, and we have a Zekrom. We got an air balloon. That's perfect. Like, I understand why they went the boss's orders on the Clefairy route, but it was very greedy, right? It was very, very greedy, and they should not have done... Please, please get a Lilies. Please. Just, I need everyone to understand what happens when I play PDCGL. Well, there's Full Metal Lab. That's even worse. Okay, they got Pokepad. Okay, so they got nothing. They got Relicanth. That is fine, because they still need 3 energy. So I can bosses... Oh, they can hammer in. Right. That's not good. All right, well, do you want to see something crazy? You want to see something you've never seen before? Actually, how do I do this? This might not work out how I quite intend it to. But I guess we just go... We attach the Psychic to the Luxray. Hard Retreat into the Luxray. I will Dynamotor to the Luxray. That's fine. Boss's order. So we're doing 180. I guess I knock out the Meowth. No, we don't knock out the Meowth, right? We knock out the Duraludon. Easy. Yeah, we just knock out the Duraludon because now they don't have a way to get energy into play. See, I know what I'm doing. I can knock out the Fez, but if I knock out the Fez and they top deck an Archaludon, then I might lose the game somehow. I mean, it's probably not likely, given that we have Zekrom. But this is my issue with Luxray, is that, you know, it's a worse Mega Absol. It's like, Luxray EX begs the question, okay, that's fine. I already have my Ace-Spec in play. What if Mega Absol was weak to fighting, it took 2 to 3 turns to get into play, and it did 80 less damage? That's Luxray EX. Mega Absol is just a better Luxray EX. There's the Watchtower. That's fine. Larry's skill issue. See, so they would have had it. I mean, obviously, if I'd knocked... But, you know, they got a nice... Oh, my God. This is so bad. But we did win the game because they got greedy. I'm going to keep this in the YouTube video because when have you ever seen Luxray versus Archaludon? And also just the absolute BM by PDCGL to be like, hey, you switch to a Lily's Clefairy version? Don't worry, bro. We're going to give you a metal deck. I know that's what you wanted the entire time. But this is the only way you stand a chance against Lucario, and Dragapult is also a tough matchup unless you play the Crushing Hammer or your Nighttime Mine Sticks, boosting their attack cost by 1. There's a hammer in. But I'm doing, what, like 240 right now? I believe I'm doing some crazy thing. Yeah, we're doing 280. That's awesome. Bro, you're sick, bro. You're sick in the head, bro. I think I just got it like that, bro. Okay, so if we just want to keep everything. We don't do anything too crazy. We just Incessant Onslaught. I was really worried that we weren't going to be able to showcase this Luxray, because it's not the easiest thing to get powered up, but it can do 280 or 350 if you've taken enough prizes. And don't forget about Strongvolt. It's not the best attack, but like, let's say you pierce some gaze and you do 120. Dragapult has 200 left. You can finish it up with a Strongvolt. It's not, you know, ideal, and the odds of that actually working against Dragapult are next to nothing. They're nihil 0. They're nihil 0. I don't know. But if you're wondering, hey, Pilot, what are those first 3 losses? Well, the first game was against Lucario. The second game was a weird control deck. The third game was Dragapult. And I wasn't playing the Clefairy build. So that's why I switched to the Clefairy build, is because I faced Lucario and Dragapult. So I'm like, okay, we have to switch to the Clefairy build. There's no way around it. Boom. And thank you for the gifted subs. Everyone should sub to me on YouTube if you're watching this, because it's free. You don't have to pay me $35. It's free. You just got to tap a button with your toe. And Panda Tyrant, thank you. Hey, I think Dylan and Caddy K are here usually. That's pretty good. All right, so let me quickly write this down before I lambaste you with my praise. Press 1 if you want me to baste the Panda Tyrant with my praise. So that was Archaludon, and they thought they were so suave. They thought they were so smooth. I'm gonna play a metal deck. I'm gonna knock out the Clefairy. Nah, bro. But Panda Tyrant, I appreciate you, and I won't be taking a break until July. And I'll probably do like 8 streams in 9 days in that time frame. So if you're CV Remix, Caddy K, Toe, RMG Zane, or Dylan the Kid, you're fine. Don't worry about it. Trust your pilot's got you. You're gonna be able to feast your earballs on my stream for another month, with no ads and access to my amazing emotes. Another Tapu Koko start. Another Tapu Koko start with no lightning energy. Okay. This is both good and bad. The good is that I have a starting hand. But I don't have a good starting hand. Oh, man. Okay. I have no idea what to do right now. This is great. I think I just have to go for Tatsugiri Shanks. As much as I would like to Badoo right now, I can't Badoo that. So we have to go Pokepad onto, I guess, just we have a Luxio. We all know what's about to happen, don't we? We all know they're going to have Rare Candy Dragapult, and it's going to be the worst thing that's ever happened to me. But we did get a Lilies. So I really don't want to attach this Psychic Energy. Maybe I attach it. This is so weird. This is so awkward. I have to Lilies. I have to keep the Psychic Energy for the Dragapult. For the Clefairy. And let's go get a Luxio. Of course, no supporter for next turn either. I feel like I can't put the Clefairy down yet, right? That just feels like a terrible, terrible decision. But if I don't, then we're screwed. So I just have to end turn and hope here, I guess. But at least we're playing the right version. We're playing the Clefairy version. We have a chance. Retreating the Badoo was the right call. Starting the Badoo was the right call. Retreating the Badoo was the right call. Because I would have just got my butt blown out. And, normally Mistress Paddlebottom charges extra for that. But I would have just had my butt completely blown out. And they have a Sparkling Crystal. They're playing a Sparkling Crystal Dragapult build. That is not good. And they got Duskull. Oh, goody. Well, there's not a whole lot I can do. Item locking them would have been great because that would have stopped them from doing one thing. Item locking would have been great. It would have stopped them from doing one thing. And this is one of the reasons why I have a different list with the Rotom that discards all items and tools from their hand. Obviously, it probably wouldn't have worked in this situation because, I prepped everything and everything failed, but we'll be fine. Okay. If I can just, if I can top deck an air balloon, I think the game is over and they concede. Damn it. I tried. I tried so hard and I got so far, but in the end, it didn't even matter. All right, let's see what we get off the Tatsugiri. It'll be nothing. Oh, it's a Lilies. Oh, wow. Okay. I think I go counter gain the Luxio, attach to you, Lilies. Okay, there's a Battle Cage. That's fine. Please don't bump the battle cage. Please don't be a butt face. And if they do bump the battle cage, I believe I have a nighttime mine. And you boy, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. We're going to win this one for you. If I lose this game, it's PDCGL's fault. But if I win, it's all because you gave me money. Same with the Panda Tyrant for gifting 5 subs because they're cool. I have put them into a slightly awkward position because they can't blow up their Duskull to knock out my Tatsugiri. Unless they bump the battle cage, obviously, but they would have to Dusclops the Tatsugiri. Wait, do they not realize? Oh my god, okay. Oh my, there's no way! How do they always? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh god! What? This is insane! This is absolutely insane! How did they have Dragapult, Stadium Counter, Rare Candy, Dust Noir, bosses? That's just not possible. Oh man. That is there's no way. There is absolutely no way that ever should have ever happened. But like I can't even do anything right now. All right, so we have to play with our balls. I gotta get rid of Tynamo and Pokepad. I have to go for the Luxray EX. And I guess, yeah, like I knew putting the Clefairy down was going to be a bad idea. I just knew, like, oh, putting the Clefairy down, that's a terrible idea. I didn't realize I attached. I'm just so tilted right now. All right, that's cool. I guess we get the psychic energy out of there because I don't have any way of doing anything. I have no way of getting anything or doing anything right now. And, oh, right, they have Jamming Tower. Right, because I didn't get my counter stadium. Oh, my God. Okay. This is just, you can't play Lightning Decks in 2026. Can we all agree you cannot play Lightning Decks in 2026? It just has everything. It just had everything. That was a blowout right there. All right, so we're facing off against Laborda. At 104. I wish I had room for the Stunfist, but look at that last game. If I had taken out the Badoo and the Tatsugiri and put in 2 Stunfist, I wouldn't have been able to play the game. So you're like, yeah, please tell me you have good cards in the deck. If I had good cards in the deck, I wouldn't have been able to play the game. It's Alakazam. It's Alakazam. I don't know if that's good. I don't think it's good. especially going second. Oh, man. So we'll play one more after this one. I do have Judge and Zerosic, so we should be fine. Alakazam is an absolutely horrific matchup for this deck. But the good news is that I am Trust Your Pilot, and I'm the #1 PDC GL player of all time. And we just get what we need every single day, bro. It's every day, bro. And I think I just go get Tatsugiri and Tynamo. I'm not gonna check to see if we have a Zerosic. So we're gonna keep that a secret. I just want to see what else is in here. So we have, look, we have only one Luxio. Oh, that's bad. Oh wait, no, we have 3. PDC GL is just weird like that. All right, so there we go. And then according to PDCGL, I cannot do anything right now. If your active can retreat, it should be glowing. But according to PDCGL, I was unable to do anything at that point. And Acewing, if you want to make that video, if you want to make a video of all my bad moments, just make sure you clip every moment that's bad and then upload it, and I'll give you all the ad revenue. It'll be like $2, but I'll give you all the ad revenue. Oh, baby, this is one situation where I'm actually happy to see Canary, even though I still think Canary's a terrible card. All right, so there we go. Let's get Luxio, Luxray, Electric. I don't know why I didn't get rid of the Lightning Energy, but don't worry about it. And then I go Luxio, Electric. Again, I'm not going to check if we have Zerosic. That is a game-winning card, so I am not going to check to see if we have it, because that would be too funny if we prized it and I didn't know until the very last second. All right, in this situation, I think I just attach the... No, we go for double lightning. I'll explain my reasoning for that. It's because I'm awesome. But because I have double electric, that reattaches the energy that I discard. Alakazam has 140 hit points. Guess how much damage Piercing Gaze does? If you said not 140, you are correct. Congratulations. Pat yourself on the butt while thinking of me. I think our opponent is not here, and they're just salty that I'm playing a Badoo. But, like, Alakazam just needs one of its stage 1s, right? You just need to play, like, there's like 20 cards in your deck that can get you out of this. I don't think you're stuck. I think you're fine. Yeah, they didn't take an action in time. Yeah, there we go. So we get to look at their hand. We get to take a Pikachu at their hand. And I'm going to prove to you that they had a playable card. No, we know. We know they just got salty like that. Oh, wow. See, because they had triple Alakazam. They had triple Alakazam in that hand. They're here. I know for a fact that they're here. They just got salty and rage quit. All right, well, our wins are against our Chaladon and Alakazam. So while we have the time, let's talk about those pre-release promos, baby. So as I mentioned, Delphox is #1. Crobat is #2. Unfortunately, the Ampharos, it's going to depend. And Lena, good luck. For Ampharos, if the Relicanth is in the kit, this has a chance to do well in the pre-release tournament. I don't think they have the foreskin to prepare that. It'd be great if they put Relicanth in there. I just don't feel like they will. Because the Flaffy has an item lock attack. So you do 80 more damage if there's Judge and Relicanth. You item lock them, so be really good. Yeah, there's no, I would say it's very doubtful, but you never know. They could possibly do it. You never know, but I'm fairly confident that they're just not going to. Oh, they are here. They are here. They just emoted at me. But the problem with Ampharos is that you can't use Flashing Bolt next turn. And they're going to bosses me. Great. So yeah, it's just not good because you can't attack back-to-back turns unless you have Relicanth. Like, I'm sure they'll have Switch. Maybe they'll put an Air Balloon in there. It's 140, and you can't attack next turn. Whereas you look at Delphox, hey, do you want to do 300 damage and draw cards every single turn? Yeah, I do. Okay, well, there you go. So this is easily number 1. Crobat's number 2 because it attacks for a single energy. You know, it can smooth over your top deck, but it's only 80 and poison. No, it'll just be old trainers. No, they won't do that. They definitely won't do that. All right, let's try one more. But obviously the worst. Hey, Matiyama, this is the Archaludon player. No, it's not that it's too good. It's just that they don't really do that. They'll pair it with some random fire type from the new set, or a random fire type, or something that attacks for colorless energy. They'll do it with something terrible. And then yes, the Goodra is the worst. So not only do you have to play 2 separate energy types, hoping you get both of them, you also discard the top card of your deck, and also Slimy Sliding is not the best ability. Yeah, they already said they're doing Grimsley and Punk Helmet. So, like, old cards are possible, it's just not probable. And watch them have a Carmine. Oh, yep, they got a Carmine, so they're going to win. Well, I think they're going to win this one because they literally had everything turn 1. But yeah, Goodra's the worst. Having to have 2 separate types of energy and discarding the top card of your deck in a pre-release is never good. Like, yeah, like, people are going to say, but I ended up winning with this one. Yeah, you can win with any deck in a pre-release. Pre-releases are the Wild West. All right, well, we had the problem with this one is that last time we had a playable hand. This time we don't have a playable hand, and they're just going to hammer in my Badoo. That was fun. I know I could have put the Zekrom down, but that was just not going to work. Okay, let's try. Remind me this is the last one with Clefairy. I want to play an actual Matiyama again. So many people are playing the game that I'm facing the same opponent, but this is the best of 3 game. This is our best of 3 game. This is the tiebreaker. There's no way you have Ultra Ball, Double Carmine, all your energy. Oh my god. It happened again. There's no way. It's the Archaludon player again. Wait. They're still playing Archaludon. I had to auto concede the last one because we started Badoo in an unplayable hand, and the Duraludon just knocks me out. Oh! Oh my god! Okay, at least they don't have any energy in there, right? Except the one they're getting rid of with Fez. Because so many people are playing PDCGL, we're matched up against Matiyama for the 3rd time. You're probably thinking, but this is only the 2nd time we've seen it. Well, I had to insta-concede. It was not ideal, but I had to instantly concede in the last game because I started Badoo with nothing, and they just have Hammer in for knockout, so that would have been bad. Yeah, please get me a Lilies. I really don't want to use... Okay, yeah, we're just gonna have to judge. That's a judge if I've ever seen one. All right, well, maybe we'll get something next turn. Maybe we'll get a playable card next turn. But this is game 3 against Matiyama. Naturally, I started the Clefairy again. They're still playing Archaludon. But this is going to be in the YouTube video no matter what this happens, because everyone loves a rematch, right? This is for all the marbles. They're going to get absolutely destroyed here. Press 1 if you believe in me. Press 2 if you think starting the Clefairy is a bad omen. And oh no, Matiyama, no. They're the one who put the watchtower into play. They should have known. Oh no. Don't you just love playing watchtower in a deck where you have Meowth? But the Archaludon deck doesn't care because you really just want Meowth turn 1 to find Carmine. All right, there's another Shanks. I'll take that. I don't mind using Xerosic this turn. It's just Xerosic also fills up their discard pile. And I'd like to, be able to play Pokemon cards. Like, Xerosic is fine, but I'd like to be able to play Pokemon cards. And PDCGL said no. I'd like to play Pokemon cards, but PDCGL said no, and that it hates my face. So I think in this situation, I just have to go and get a Tynamo, because Tynamo is also a free retreater. All right, there we go. End turn. It's, I don't know. There's a thingy thing. There's a Pokepad. That's good. They're probably going to get Relicanth. Oh, they're getting Genesect. I have Neo Upper Energy as my ace spec, so they're going to put an Air Balloon on the Genesect. And that's going to be really bad because I would really like to attach the Neo Upper, but we probably prized it. And, yeah. Okay, so we're in a bit of a dilly of a pickle right now, but I think I Canary first. Unless my top deck is really, really good, then we just Canary first, then Totsadiri. Yes, here we go. This is perfect. This is less than ideal, but I was trying to make this is the hand you're dealt with. You deal with the hand you're dealt with. Because it's less than ideal, but thinning out 4 cards from my deck before I attract customers is guaranteed lilies. Good God. Why? Why do you do this to me? I said it was guaranteed. It was guaranteed lilies. All right, well, I guess I'll have to regret all my life choices. All right, so Luxray, come on down. End turn. And we'll be totally fine. Well, I think I played 8 or 9 energy with Legacy or with Neo Upper, and then 2 energy searches. So I have 10 to 11 different energy options, which explains why I've never actually found them. All right, I'll go to the lobby. Wow, that's something. God, yeah, I guess we're just both buying time at this point. Yeah, sure, let's bring up this guy. What a riveting game. I'm so glad I made this the crux of my YouTube video. I'm so glad I stuck a claim and said, this is going to be the climax of the video. This is going to be the accoutrement. I don't think that's the right word. It's going to be the horse d'oeuvre. And then they got the Archaludon. They only have 1 energy in the discard pile, so watch them have Air Balloon. Okay, are they just going to Carmine? Okay. They got rid of Relicanth bosses. But I should not have energy, right? You think I'd find one of my energy searches. I have 4 lilies in the list, whether or not they're in the deck. I've played every supporter but lilies. And Night Stretcher for our Chaladon. Yep. And we lose the game. Wasn't this a fun one? Wasn't this a fun game? Oh, can I please get one of my 4 lilies? PB, that was terrible. That wasn't even... I didn't even chuckle. I didn't even chuckle once. All right, well... I can take the knockout, so I have to do Piercing Gaze. We get rid of the best card in their hand, then I have to Volt Strike. Black Belt's Training. That is fine. Yeah, I think Black Bolt's Training is fine. I think the Night Stretcher is more important here, right? Because I'm going to use Volt Strike. We are 2 prizes behind, which is a massive problem, and I also haven't played a supporter yet that would be considered good. And I think they just have to hit me with Metal Defender, and they just have to be like, yeah, I'll just sacrifice. You top decked a Larry Skill. Oh my god. Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. Love that. Because if you didn't know, Larry Skill is Pokemon Supporter Energy. Basic Energy, I guess I should clarify. I wish Clara was still in Standard. I could have said, I clarify. Because and they got the Archaludon. So literally the perfect top deck. Interesting they didn't just retreat and do the thing. It doesn't matter if Mega Darkrai is good or bad. It's the fact that it will... I mean, I have to go and get Tatsugiri. There's no way around that. So I guess I retreat, go into Tatsugiri. Please. You're the worst card ever printed. Quit sucking a butt. Oh, isn't that's literally the best supporter I could have grabbed there. Because you can't play Iris unless you discard another card from your hand. But yes, Mega Darkrai. It doesn't matter how good or bad the card is. It will either be weak to fighting or grass, both of which are not good right now. So Mega Darkrai could have the best stats of any card we've ever seen in the history of the Pokemon trading card game. It doesn't matter if it's sucking huge butts, right? Am I already down my counter game? All right, we still have a chance. We still have all of the chances. We just have to, unfortunately, get rid of our top deck. I can guarantee you it's going to be Lilies. I guarantee you it's going to be Lilies. On my butt. Oh, okay, well, that's fine. And wouldn't you know it, they got the air balloon on the dude. So we go... Actually, should I hold off on that one? I don't know. Let's go Ultra Ball away the Tapu Koko and the Neo Upper. We're going to have to go and get Fez. Zekrom is our win condition, and hopefully I can get rid of, you know, something at some point that does something. Thanks. Thanks, PDCGL. You're always looking out for me, bro. Always looking out for me. So, yeah, we're just going to waste all these cards because they're going to probably be down to 1 prize. So I don't want to just give them a Badoo, even though they're going to be fine. All right, so we hold on to all this. I will... How much energy we got in there? We got 2. Attached to the Luxio. I have to retreat into the Luxray. And we finally Volt Strike. All right. I have used all of my supporters. If I'd grabbed a Lilies earlier, that would have been great. Not this Lilies, the other Lilies. But what's interesting is that I have Zekrom. Zekrom will knock out their Archaludon. They can't knock out my Zekrom unless they have a bosses, but they're down 2 bosses, so I think I might win. The issue, of course, is that I don't currently have the Zekrom in my hand, and how many Ultra Ball am I down? I'm down both. And they had the bosses. Well, actually, that's fine. They had the 3rd bosses. They had the 3rd bosses. Look at that supporter spread. I wish I had that. All right, we can still do this. We have another Luxray attack. That's a Pokepad. That's not what I wanted. All right, let's go get Luxio. This is my win condition. We've had 3 Lilies in deck the entire game. Never found them. All right, so you go there. Dynamotor. attach, and then I have to retreat into you. Piercing gaze. Hopefully, I mean, I don't know what I can get rid of that's good. Handy fan. I guess? I don't know. There's nothing good. Everything is good here. Literally everything they have is good. And I can't whip up another attacker here, so I would have to get Zekrom now. This is a Clefairy build that I can't use because we're facing our Chaladon again. Because our Chaladon is a menace like Spider-Man. And this game has been, you know, imagine having, what, 3 Totsugiris and you never found a Lilies, even though you've had 3 in your deck the entire game. That's when you know PDCGL really hates you. Yeah, well, the Black Belt's training doesn't matter because, yeah, they're doing 260. That's why I didn't get rid of it, is because the 40 damage doesn't matter. We needed the Zekrom. We did not get the Zekrom, and I have no way of winning. So that's really cool. So that's real chill, PDCGL. Yeah, Pokegear is better. All right, we're switching lists. This is an abomination. This deck is an abomination, and I haven't really, like, the one win I'll put in the thing, but like there's no, like, just none of the games have been good. Yeah, it's just hard to watch. Well, Reversal Energy's out of the format, so it's not really a thing. I mean, I guess you could use Joltik or something, but the Reversal Energy's gone. It's out of here. All right, let's try the Tapu Koko build with all the things, with all the fix-ins. All right, this is the Tapu Koko build, so I want to go first. Yeah, like I knew, you know what's going to happen every time you face Dragon Ball. You put the Lilies Clefairy down prematurely because you only have one chance. They're going to boss it. You don't put it down early, they're going to knock out your electric. You try to hope for the counter gain play. Guess what? They're going to have Jamming Tower. So there's just no winning against Dragon Ball. All right, it's time to lock in, everybody. Pretend like this stream's a chastity belt, and let's lock in. All right, here we go. We're going to start Tapu Koko and Lightning Energy, guaranteed. I am guaranteeing a Tapu Koko Lightning Energy start. Could I have at least just gotten an energy? Problem Child, absolutely. Yeah, Mark, I would just not talk. Hey, you sound like every woman I've ever talked to. All right, I guess Dynamo, I don't know. So I mean, it's good. It's a good news, bad news situation. Like I have Luxio, I have Electric. The rare candy doesn't matter. This guy, of course, attacks for 2. And okay, I mean, a nothing then a Lily seems good. Yeah, it's really looking like, well, it's looking like drag. Oh, this doesn't seem great. But this is fine. This is fine. Everything is fine. All right, so I have to kind of recap the YouTube audience because we have a playable game, which is Brave Bangle. Why the? I have a lot to catch you all up on, but let's get through this turn first. Okay, so Electric down. I guess Stunfisk should see the field just to thin my hand a little bit. And we got a hot nothing. That is a hot nothing. You know, let's go out on the town. Let's get a hot nothing. I think I have to put the Dynamo down. Let's play with my balls, get rid of Volbeat and Lilies, because I don't really have a way of getting energy into play, which is really cool. So let's go and get the Luxio. And yeah, it would be really cool if I could find some energy, but PDCGL is being a real hey diggins, am I right? It's being a real butt face today, not giving me any energy. And it's like you want to be able to use Iris to discard a Lightning or use Canary or use Ultra Ball. If you're wondering how things have been going, just look at that record. 2-6, not great. I faced Dragapult, lost, switched to the Clefairy build. What the hell are they doing? Okay, switched to a Clefairy build against Dragapult. They bossed the Clefairy and took like a 4-prize turn. Because Jamming Tower and everything ruined my life, so you can't beat Dragapult even with a Clefairy build. I faced Lucario multiple times, and then 3 times with the Clefairy build, I faced Archaludon. So that first game you saw against Archaludon was the best one. The second one, it was just a Badoo instant concede for me because things went great. It's this is kind of how life has been so far. You know, if I had to sum up how life has been going so far, this is it. All right, well, I guess, please, I mean, even if I just get a Lightning energy, I'll take it. But look at how many, I have 4 switch cards and 6 energy. I mean, I prize 2. Like, you know when I build my decks, if I put, are you freaking kidding me? I have to waste a prime catch. Calm down, Pilot, it's okay. So everything's okay. Everything will be fine. You're okay. Everything is awesome. You're just calm down. You got your worst switch card. It's okay. Just hold on to the Prime Catcher. You will need it later. You're going to win this game. You're beautiful just the way you are. You're going to win, okay? They sure are playing a lot of growing grass energy. The thing that I've talked about ever since the moment this was announced is that this is not a very good card for grass types. Grass types would rather have like any other special energy, especially like a telepathic for grass types would be insane. And this one is not it because growing grass is a special energy. Venusaur can't move it, Meganium can't double it, and Ogerpon can't accelerate it. So growing grass just doesn't really work with grass types, right? They built the game a certain way so that grass types have a bunch of different tools. Growing grass just does not fit into it. Like you could have a telepathic for grass would be great. A prevent status conditions would be great. There's just so many things. It just doesn't, finally. Oh my God. Okay, we're going to item lock them. Well, the water energy prevents against status conditions, so it's not horrible, right? Like, it's not the worst card ever printed, and I think I should just fail this. And we'll go attach to the Luxio. So the wash water energy is a fine card. It protects against status conditions, so you can't be affected by status conditions. I'll actually whip it out right now. Press 1 if you want to see me whip it out right now. Okay. Energy. Oh, sorry. Bubble water energy. Wash water energy was the last one. All right. Well, it seems like things are happening. Seems like things are getting a little weird here. Oh, man. Mad Panda, thank you. Thank you, Mad Panda. I appreciate you. But this is how the games have been going. Except the only thing that's been different is my opponent has had playable cards. So, like, imagine this happening against Dragapult. You know, nothing good is happening for you and everything is happening for them. All right. This is fine. I think I hit into the Venusaur. Yeah, we just hit into the Venusaur. And Prime Catcher the Venusaur, because again, the Growing Grass energy is just a terrible, terrible card. And let's get rid of, I guess I canary away the canary because we're fully set up here. Canary shows up when you least need her. And we go piercing gaze. And we just do the thing. So I guess I get rid of butt scratcher. No, they have nothing to get back. So it should just be poke pad, I guess. They got really nothing going on. But isn't this crazy? If I just want to use piercing gaze, I have to 4-shot them. But Mad Panda, I appreciate you. And Mark, oh no, growing grass, don't get me wrong. This card is going to be great in Crustal when I play Crustal. But in like a typical grass deck, which is you play Venusaur to move energy around. Okay, so you want to be a butt face. Is that it? You know, I could have put this into play. I could have been L Buttface Maximus. All right, but this hand is fine. I'm just gonna piercing gaze. Also, they top decked the Zerosic, by the way, for those of you paying attention at home. They top decked the Zerosic, which I would have definitely gotten rid of if I had the choice. And it helped you out in Decky Dewey Villain. The problem with that reasoning is that you can't find it off a bug catching set. That's the other huge problem, is that you can't find it off a bug catching set. So growing grass just isn't great. And yeah, I can't include this in the YouTube video. This isn't they demand a higher level. The YouTube audience demands the highest level of quality. Yeah, imagine 81 cards and you can't even do that right. 81 cards, couldn't even do that right. And actually, no, I guess I'm counting Naveen in that. So technically, it's 80 cards because Naveen is just Sightseer. So technically, it was 80 cards. And, well, I guess the 81 because Naveen is one of the broken cards. But, like, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm super saying. All right. Well, they got a Bulbasaur. We're getting rid of that. Yeah, they haven't issued any updates. We're coming up on 3 weeks since Perfect Order came out, and they haven't even issued one statement about the state of the game, even though players are bigly not happy right now. Card decks is still, no one uses the card decks. No one uses the card. Everyone knows you don't use the card decks. All right, well, there's a Pheasant Skibidi. Let's go attach. Piercing Gaze. At A-Swing, completely different. Completely different. I mean, they always call it the PDCGL team. There's like one person working on the game. And Champions is developed by Ilka, or I guess they led development. They're the team that made Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, so that's why Champions isn't great. All right, well, I guess I just Volt Strike now, because, wait, do I? No, I don't take the knockout. All right, well, let's just do the thing, I guess. Battle Cage. Air, no, I mean, they're taking the knockout, so we'll just put the air balloons on the electric, I guess. And then we hit him with the old Volt Strike. And you know what? I'm so confident, I'm going to put the win there already. We're going to have the win at my back. Huh? The win at my back. So we have the Archaludon game. That's the only game currently in the queue for the YouTube audience. I prefer to include wins, but like hard-fought losses are good too. It's just the Dragapult games where I mentioned, that was Game Freak too. It was just a different team within Game Freak. But the Dragapult stuff. So the Dragapult games, I'm gonna make YouTube shorts out of them. So I don't want to put them in the main thing because I'm just gonna make YouTube shorts. But we have about 80 minutes left of stream. Do you believe? Do you believe that Trust Your Pilot will get a YouTube video out of this? Press 1 if you believe that Trust Your Pilot will get a YouTube video out of this. Because I don't think you will. And if you're not subbed to the VODs channel, make sure you are, because I'm uploading my VODs now. So I typically wait about 2 weeks before I upload the thingy things. So that's what it is. Because after 2 weeks, they get deleted from Twitch. So that's why I wait 2 weeks I knew I should have flipped heads. That's why. Why do you wait 2 weeks? What's with the arbitrary 2 weeks? Because they get deleted from Twitch after 2 weeks, so then I move them to YouTube. And also, I'm making YouTube videos about everything, so I want them to permeate, to baste. I want them to soak up all the juices. Okay. Am I going first or second? I'm going first. Again, no energy, no Tapu Koko. But if I can top deck in energy, this is great. I'll take it. And it's Hops Trevenant. Oh, Hops Trevenant Kofu. Okay. Energy. Thank you. Okay. I had to top deck the stupid bosses. All right, maybe we prize the Tapu Koko. Well, we didn't, but I mean, that's fine. I could have gone for the Illumise, but that's what a nerd would do. All right, so they're playing Hops Trevenant. I just go Buddy Buddy Poffin for Dynamo Shanks. We got all the things. And I guess it's so unfortunate, right, that I have to put Battle Cage down prematurely. I hate doing things prematurely. And the Stun Fist, I think I can lose the Stun Fist, because we know for a fact they cannot knock out my Tapu Koko this turn. What the hell is this? Okay, things just got a lot worse. Okay, oh yeah, there we go. If I just got a playable card off of that Fast Flight, we'd be totally fine right now. And I'm going to have to get rid of a Night Stretcher onto Luxray if I want to do it again. Or I can retreat and use Badoo, which seems like the thing I have to Badoo, even though I really, really don't want to. All right. Hey, there's an Iris. Okay, so Battle Cage. We attach to you. We Iris away the lightning. Please, Iris. Okay, wait. Oh, this is great, because now I can just immediately evolve. Unfortunately, I don't have the attack. Huh. Okay, so I think I know what they're going to do. I feel like they're going to knock out the Tapu Koko, which is what I want them to do. Or I can retreat into the Badoo, and then I have the Tapu Koko just kind of stuck there. I don't know. Like, it's such a tough call, right? If I retreat into the Badoo, that's fine, but I lose a free retreater. Like, I know Dynamo is a free retreater, but you evolve it, it gets a 2 retreat cost, so it's just not ideal. And they do also have Zacian. Yeah, see, this is what I was thinking they were going to do. I thought they were going to double attach to the Clefairy and knock out the Tapu Koko, which is what I wanted them to do. If I didn't think they were going to do that, I would have given them the Badoo. Because what you have to remember is that if I knock out Clefairy, that does not activate Trevenant. So I want to knock out Clefairy and Latinas. That is all I want to do. I do not want to touch a Hops card. This is what I learned playing Hops Trevenant, because I'm a fart smella, is that you just don't knock out a Hops Pokemon, right? You hope they put Latinas or Clefairy into play, and if they do, you kind of just win the game. All right, there's a Morty's. That's great. Oh, the Rotom would be awesome. So maybe I get rid of Zerosic, because Rotom would also be kind of goated, and I don't think we need the Zerosic in this matchup. All right, there's an Electric. There's a Luxray. Do I have another Shanks? We should have another Shanks. So this is great. All right, here's how this is going to work. We go Luxray. I will... Ooh, we have a second one. Okay, so I Dynamotor to this guy. You get Dynamotor boated. I put Dynamo down. I will Volt Strike. But this is Hops Trevenant's a very good deck. Don't get me wrong. It is a very good deck. But if your opponent knows what they're doing and is handsome and has the smoothest feet in the land, there's not a whole lot you can do to beat them off because they're just so handsome and so attractive. Because before they're even able to do anything, I'm going to have knocked out their Clefairy that they started and their Latias. But that is exactly why I wanted to keep the Tapu Koko in the active, is because they would be tempted to take the knockout with Clefairy, right? They had to attach the Telepathic to Clefairy to get 2 Psychics on the bench, and then clearly their strategy with doing that is they didn't retreat, they didn't Choice Band or anything. I knew that their strategy, they were thinking about it, hey, what if I put the Clefairy... That's fine, I got Prime Catcher because I'm goated like that. You know, the thought was going to cross their mind. I already have 1 energy on Clefairy. I may as well just take the knockout, right? And it was the worst thing they could have done. I'm a master baiter. I tell you this every day. Anyone who will listen, I go on the street. I go up to strangers. I tell them I'm a master baiter. And they're just like, damn, bro, I didn't know you were cool like that, bro. Okay, so if I... Night Stretcher, the Night Stretcher might help me later. Like, I have 1 electric. That'll carry me through for a little bit. That's fine. All right. We go Luxray. You know, I really thought we were going to get a lightning energy, so I'm just going to attach to the other one. Because we have game if I find bosses. And then we go boom. Volt Strike. So, yeah, if everything works out, Luxray isn't horrible, but no, this is not good. You're seeing the record on screen. I highly recommend subbing to the VODs channel to see just how bad games are. I'm going to upload a couple YouTube shorts showing the funny moments about how I just got absolutely bodied by Dragapult this entire stream. Because I switched to the Clefairy build and I faced Dragapult and they took a crazy 4-prize turn where they got everything. Clefairy doesn't matter if you're facing off against a good deck, which Dragapult is. And I'm literally just the bosses away from winning the game. But I only have 1 left, and fun fact, they can flip heads. Oh, I was like, if they flip heads, it doesn't matter. Because I'll just, you know, do 120. I think they're going to concede probably. They did not concede. Okay. Let's go retreat into you. And they're finally going to be able to get their first attack, but it's too little too late. And I guess I Lilies in case we get the bosses. So Luxray can beat Hops Trevenant if you know what you're doing. And obviously I know what I'm doing because I'm a master bencher. My pronunciation shorts? Yeah, if you didn't know, if you don't watch my YouTube shorts, I mean, I can't blame you. YouTube shorts are just, they're a cesspool. YouTube shorts they're brain rot, as the kids would say. They're skibbity, Riz brain rot, as the kids these days would say. But I turned my pronunciation videos into YouTube shorts because you have a better chance of going viral, and not the viral that happened to me at spring break. You have a better chance of going... you have a better chance of going viral in your YouTube shorts. So I can make, you know, inflammatory titles about YouTube shorts and say, oh, you've never said these Pokemon right. But if you're wondering about the Twitter poll that I made, because there's 4 really horrible official pronunciations for Pokemon that I hate. And the winner of... Okay, Twitter's not working. Elon, fix your website. Quit going to space, Elon. So it is currently Mimikyu is winning the poll. Mimikyu is winning the poll as the worst official pronunciation, and there's the bosses. We got everything. With Dupiter in second, Lopunny in third, and Zacian in fourth. Yeah, I call it Mimikyu. We prize 2 switch cards. I call it Mimikyu, I call it Dupiter, I call it Lopunny, and I call it Zacian. Those are all wrong, but you know what? I say the Pokemon Company is wrong because they let people wear shoes that don't let you see them grippers. You hate... What about Caesar? Caesar. It's Scizor. All right, let's, the Tapu Koko one was fine. Let's switch to the, let's go to the Dust Noir one, then we'll play the Turbo Dust Noir. So this is the Dust Noir build at 150 against Mimikyu. But yeah, it's just some of them are just so stupid, right? Mimikyu? Mimikyu, you're serious. Mimikyu. In no world should it be called Mimikyu. And never let me down. Fun fact, I have had my best month ever since starting YouTube Shorts. Do you want to know a crazy stat? I have over 1 million views in the last month. That is an absolutely fantastic stat. Can I actually win this one? This seems like an actually winnable game. All right, let's go. Shink's Dust. Do I go for the Dust? No, we don't show them the Duskull. I think I just, oh God. Am I going into Totsadiri? Will Trust Your Pilot go into Totsadiri and regret his entire life's decisions? Or will he use Tapu Koko and regret that too? No, I'm just going to go for Totsadiri. We're going to retreat into Totsadiri. We're going to hope. Because I can get a turn one. Oh, crap. But this is kind of funny because I can get a turn 2 Luxray EX. Because remember, Luxio, if your opponent's active as a Pokemon EX, it can evolve right away. And I have a feeling that tonight's going to be a bad night. But as long as you don't see a Lucario or a Dragapult, this deck has a chance. But we're just talking about YouTube Shorts and how I've entered my YouTube slop era. But the problem is that everyone's watching short form content. Right? It's not my fault. Like, long form content makes more money, like a lot more money. Because you look at all my YouTube shorts, like one with 50,000 views makes $2, which is really bad. Okay. Just go off. Oh, it's Arboliva. Oh, crap. Do I have Shaman in this list? I don't think I do. This is bad. I mean, I can maybe make some things happen. The Meowth cannot go into play. I think it's very important the Meowth does not see the field. And I can probably only go with the one electric. Okay, so that's fine. Oh, I prized both Dust Noir. I prized both Dust Noir and a rare candy. Oh, this game is great. This game. It's actually Arboliva. I wish it was Arboliva, but it's Arboliva. And according to PDCGL, I cannot use Totsadiri's ability. Oh my God, seriously? Well, I can't take it because I'm using Iris's butt spirit. She's young. Okay. All right, let's go for Luxray. Oh, wait. Do I have no more cards left in hand? Yeah, I have to get rid of somebody. So that will be Tapu Koko. We prized 2 Dust Noir, a Tynamo, and a rare candy in a matchup where we absolutely need all of those things. Oh, PDCGL, you fickle mistress. All right, let's, ooh, I could almost do something if I had a better hand. Well, I think I'm just gonna put 20 damage on a dude, right? Because there's no reason not to do this. I'd rather lose my Zeraora than lose my Totsadiri. Yeah, I have all the YouTube shorts about all the things going up, like either today or tomorrow. Yeah, Necrozma is Necrozma. I hate the Naganadel. It's not Naganadel or Naganadel. It's Naganadel. Nihilego is Nihilego. I've always said Solgaleo or Solgaleo. Solgaleo? Solgaleo? I've always called it Solgaleo. It's just, there's so many things you've gotten wrong your entire life, and I hate it. Wow. Absolutely go crazy, bro. You get that Arboliva. Okay, so they got the Arboliva. They can only take 1 knockout, which is not great. Hey, Diggins, I already did. I put the Ursaluna in, I think, 2 of my decks. It was in the Diggersby deck and the Okie Dokie deck. So tell me you're not subbed without telling me you're not subbed. Am I right? Well, I think it's safe to say they're going to knock out the Duskull and probably put 60 on the Luxio. But yeah, the Arboliva is a huge problem. And I have to judge. So yeah, Duskull's getting knocked out. Really didn't think they were just going to get everything like that, but they... Okay, anytime. Yeah, now I'm not really sure what to do. Well, I mean, I have to judge. If I can judge into Luxray EX Energy, we might have a chance. That's not Luxray EX Energy. But that is a Luxio. Okay. And then let's go judge. Please don't fail. Luxray EX Energy. I mean, next turn it'll be a Luxray EX and an Energy. Okay, so if I think I have to put the Duskull... No, because they're doing 60-60, right? They're doing 60-60. So it'll be 60, 80, and then they'd have 60 left over for a Duskull. So yeah, I have to just go for Shanks here. And yeah, we want to keep that. I think I just attach, we scratch. All right, the good news is this is going to be slightly awkward for them. The bad news is they're about to have a very good turn. And, well, no, because remember, it's odd numbers, right? My Electric and my Luxio have odd numbers of HP. So I had to do odds and evens. Do you understand how difficult it is to do odds and evens in your head? It's almost impossible. No one in their right mind could do it. And it's actually 2 separate videos, hey Diggins. So yeah, again, tell me you're not subscribed to me without telling me you're not subscribed to me. I imagine it's just going to be Electric done. And, oh no, they have to, right? This is not good for them. I don't think the math works out great oh, crap. All right, well, we can still do the thing if I just top deck an Energy. We did not top deck an Energy, so we lose the game. Actually, yeah, we'll give up. We'll give up. When life comes at you hard, just give up. All right, let's, I'm going to give this one another shot just to be safe. All right, Chief Nate. But hey, it's not my fault the Canadian education system is bad. You know, you're over there in England. You know, it's your fault that I'm not more well educated. You're the ones responsible for me. You know, technically you're responsible for my education. So if anything, you failed us. Yeah. How do you think about that? What do you think about that? You failed Canada. Canada didn't fail me. Wait, no, yes it did. All right, this is a starting hand. I decided to go first, so naturally this is the worst possible starting hand going first and best possible starting hand going second. Oh man, I'm just trying to have fun out here. PDCGL doesn't like fun. Oh no. Okay, this is great. Topical go. That's a Duskull. Oh, that's actually pretty good. Okay. All right, let's attach to the Duskull and then end turn. Mathematically challenged, but handsome. You forgot that part. Mathematically challenged, yes, but also handsome. Okay, I'm going to switch to the Turbo Dusknoir build after this one, and I guarantee you, because I took Shaman out of this list, so we went from a build that had Shaman to a Shamanless build, back-to-back Arboliva, and then none of the decks today have had Psyduck unless they, started it and didn't want to. So we'll switch to a Turbo build. We are going to face a Psyduck heavy deck. Guaranteed, because that is just what's been happening all day. All right. If I... Oh, God, why couldn't you have been a good card? All right. As much as I don't want to, I think this is a Canary turn. Because I can do a couple things. Not good things, but I can do a couple things. So we go Shanks, Luxray, and Zeraora. Okay, so we have Luxray EX. We got the thingy thing. I guess I want Electric. So then I'm just going to be banking on the heart of the cards here, I guess. So we retreat into the Duskull. Go Electric down. Attach to this guy. And then just hope they don't got it like that. That is the whole strategy, just hoping they don't got it like that. Because I've never really been like, oh man, Canary, that's exactly what I wanted. Right? It almost never happens where I'm like, oh yeah, Canary, that's exactly the card that I wanted in this situation. I'm really glad I played it. It's like, I would have rather just played Lilies, right? I would have rather just had Lilies and gone for 8 new cards than not really do a whole lot. And they got the Arboliva. Of course they did. Oh, God, please tell me you prized all of your... Okay, well, they have the Arboliva in their hand. Yeah, Kuliak, you were right. And it's not that I prefer, it's just that it helps it when people are importing decks. So there's good news and bad news about this. The good news is that I have a Luxray attack. The bad news is that, good God, they have everything. And they are knocking out my Duskull. Though I guess they could go for Shanks and just be like, Pilot don't got it like that. But this is the second back-to-back game. I faced Arboliva twice. I had Shaman in multiple lists earlier on in the day. Didn't face a single Arboliva or any deck that hits the bench. Switch to a version that doesn't play Shaman, back-to-back Arboliva. And the basting has commenced. I have to assume they're knocking out Duskull. Oh, they went for Electric. Okay, that's interesting. I'm not hating that. As long as I get an energy, we're fine. Like, I completely understand why they did it, but it's still not necessarily what I would have done. Because now I can just kind of beat off their hand as long as I get an energy. Oh, that was close. Okay, we have... Oh, I also have Dust Noir. Oh, no. What do I do here? Oh, this is bad. This is very bad. Okay, I think I poke a pad for Dust Noir. Hard retreat. Go into the Luxray. Rare candy. Rare candy's nuts fit in your mouth. This is such a weird situation. This is such an awkward hand. Okay, let's Ultra Ball away this and this. I think I was going to say, I think I go and get the Fez. I don't even know if it's in the deck, but if it is, I ain't got it. All right, if I go for the Meowth, if I go for the Luxio, that seems dumb. So let's do it. Seems dumb if I go for the Luxio, but let's do it anyway. Because, I mean, I know I can knock out the Arboliva this turn by popping the Dust Noir, but I really don't want to do that, right? They're stuck barely... Oh, yeah, they're stuck barely doing anything. So I know it's risky to do that, but, like, I saw the future, right? I saw the future. I use Dust Noir. I use Volt Strike. They're down to 4 prizes. I have no energy in play. They would have used Lilies. They would have gotten, you know, Oderpon, energy, and they also top-decked an energy, by the way, because I think their hand was... What was their hand? It was Oderpon, double Forest of Vitality, and they top-decked an energy. But just, yeah, we blow up the Dust Noir. We get rid of all the energy off of the Luxray. that doesn't seem great, right? And yeah, I kind of baited them into doing that because it keeps damage off the Luxray. And now that's a Poffin. That's not great. Okay, so I have to piercing gaze. They can't really. Oh, this is just, again, it's so awkward because they can retreat if they want to. There's the energy. We get rid of the energy. I'm just not able to bench anybody. That's the problem. If I could bench somebody, if I could bench a Dynamo, I'd be happy. Well, I mean, I'd have to find a Night Stretcher, but if I just bench a Dynamo, I'd have access to Zekrom at some point. I'm also down to Shanks, but luckily now I can use Buddy Buddy Poffin. Or I can knock out this Ogerpon with, oh no, don't tempt me, PDCGL. Yeah, I think that's what I do. I think I'm a fart smella. I am the fartest of smellas. Please tell me I have some Night Stretchers. We have one. Okay, then in this situation, I Dust Noir the Arboliva. No, yes, we have to Dust Noir the Arboliva. We're going to let them make a decision on what they do here. They probably left because, I mean, the Pokemon trading card game has the least amount of interactivity of any card game. I guess Yu-Gi-Oh! They do nothing for a million. Are you freaking kidding me right now, PDCGL? I needed a tiny bit of help. I needed the tiniest bit of help, and that's what you give me? All right. Oh, wait, am I out of Luxio? Right, because I have 2 rare candies, so I'm going to have to make a big decision coming up here in a minute. You're going to make a big decision coming up here. Okay, so then I bosses this guy. Volt Strike. Yeah, we have to Volt Strike there. That's non-negotiable. And then we just kind of see what happens. Because we know their hand wasn't great, but I did give them a prize card, and they have their top deck. So we did FS. Oh, God. Okay. I'm going to have to Night Stretcher, I think, for the Electric, and then win with Zekrom. I believe that is the only way I win this game is if I can get Zekrom. Okay, there's wait, Badoo is fine. Actually, Badoo is terrible. Badoo is absolutely terrible, but they have to waste an energy to do the thing. Which is potentially okay. But I need that Night Stretcher. The Unfair Stamp would be great. If they're wasting an energy to do this, I'm happy. I wish I had a playable hand. That's the only thing. I just wish I had a playable hand right now. That is a card that exists. Heal 10 damage from this Pokemon. Okay. Do I retreat into the Totsugyri and regret that decision immediately? Or do I pop the Clops? I mean, I don't think there's a good choice here. I think I just got to go for it, though. Because I don't think we can pop the Clops right now. That's fine. Let us attach to you. And then I'll Iris away the Pokepad. Playable cards. Ooh, that's pretty good. So then I win next turn, right? Because if I go Power Glass... And... Oh, this is awkward. Putting the Power Glass on a Totsugyri? What? This is not what the Power Glass is intended for. The Power Glass is intended for Volt Strike. You're supposed to do 250, then Power Glass and energy back on. You're not supposed to put a Power Glass on a Totsugyri so you can retreat it. So I forgot I had the Power Glass. The problem is that I have made a huge oopsie. As long as they don't have bosses, we're fine. Okay, that scared the crap out of me. You have no idea how much poop just fell out of my, the bottom of what a bonsai has. They shouldn't have done that. It's funny, but it was too risky, right? It was too risky to do that, but I am the #1 PDCGL player in the world for a reason, okay? I am the #1 Luxray player in the world post-rotation. As long as you don't face Lucario, you're fine. But yeah, if you want to watch this get absolutely obliterated by our Boliva, go to the VODs channel and skip to like an hour 50 in. It was really bad. It's just, this is what's been happening every time I play Luxray. I don't play the Clefairy build, I face Lucario and Dragapult. I switch to the Clefairy build, I face Archaludon 3 times in a row. I switch to a non-Shaman build, I face our Boliva back-to-back. This is PDCGL. Those are some nice feet. All right, well, we got a YouTube video technically, so that's good. All right, so we're at 1409. And we're going, so this is my creation. A couple of these have been, you know, Japanese adaptations. This is a Turbo Dusknoir build. We're playing Turbo Noir here. We're playing Trust Your Pilot Had a Mental Breakdown. We're playing Trust Your Pilot Had a Mental Breakdown and built whatever the hell this is. JB Pokemon, all right. Any day streaming, pretty much. All right, so this could be a fighting deck. And maybe I should keep it in the YouTube video just to show people how rough it can be, but I could potentially win this matchup. What makes it turbo? You just knock out your dudes as quickly as possible. You just go fast and try to win, and yeah, go first. You want to go first every single time with this deck. So naturally, I'm going first, baby. All right, this is the turbo build. This is going to be in the YouTube video no matter what, because I need to show you just how rough things can get here. But I'm going double Duskull. I'm going to attach to the Fez. So we attach to the Fez just to have a free retreater. Of course, you know, the one time we actually have energy in the hand is the one time we don't want energy in the hand. And then Duskull, Shanks. We have Dusclops. I can Itchy Pollen. So I think we just retreat into the Fez. I think I retreat into the Fez because we know they can't knock it out this turn unless they have literally everything. And here's... Oh, this is going to be hilarious. Oh, this is going to be hilarious when it works. This is going to be the funniest thing you've ever seen all day. Is I'm going to knock out a Riolu with a Pheasantipity, and it's going to be absolutely hilarious. I think the Power Glass, I probably should have taken that out from the list after I changed it, because I took the existing Dusknoir build and thought, hey, what if we just focus on the baby Luxray? Because as you'll recall, the baby Luxray only does damage based on the number of prize cards you have taken. So believe it or not, oh, it's Zygarde. I was just about to say this is a good matchup. I take that back immediately. I immediately take that back. But I think if I can just knock out a Binacle, they're going to be a little bit too behind the curve because they're just playing Mega Zygarde. My Dusknoir survive a nullifying 0. So as long as this Lilies turns into what I need it to turn into, we win the game. But you look at Incessant Onslaught, 70 damage for each prize card you have taken. So blow up 3 Dusknoir, you're doing 210. It just seems, oh, that's fine, that's fine. Okay, just give me an energy. I will take any energy at this point. Literally any energy. I don't care. Oh, wait, didn't I have a Luxio on the discard pile? Doesn't matter, baby. Does not matter. We just go for a... I think just another Dusclops, right? Because we have a Luxio in the deck. I might only need to attack with 1. So that's fine. When have you ever seen somebody Cruel Arrow a Binacle? You have never seen it before. And then I think my next Cruel Arrow will be against the Zygarde. Because Zygarde does 210. Ah, but that's a little awkward. Actually, no, I can blow it up with 2 Dusknoir. So that's perfect. Are you about to see Trust Your Pilot win a game against a fighting deck with Luxray? because he knows what to do, because he's a fart smeller. I gotta come up with something new. I gotta come up with some new material. What am I, a cotton shirt? I gotta come up with some new material. I would not bench that. All right. So Dust Noir knocks out Solrock, Lunatone, and Barbarical, and Pheasantipity knocks out Binacle. This is absolutely hilarious. Imagine you're a Mega Zygarde player, and you're like, okay, I'm going up against Luxray. How can I lose against Luxray? Well, this is how. As long as they don't attach to the... No, even if they attach to the Zygarde, we're fine. Because they can't use Nullifying Zero if I knock out their Binacle. Unless they have an energy switch. But they're not going to have an energy switch. Because that would be... that's not allowed. Do I Judge or do I Lilies? Well, no, you're going to see. It's going to happen very, very soon. It'll happen suddenly and without warning. I guess I just Air Balloon. Sure. You want an Air Balloon, you can have an Air Balloon. Then we'll go Lilies. Cool, cool. That didn't quite work out how I wanted it to. And then, do you want to see something else really cool? Do you want to see another way in which Trust Your Pilot is amazing? Actually, no, I can't. I was going to say I would retreat and use Badoo. But I don't think that's the correct call. I don't think retreating and using Badoo is correct because they could Nullifying Zero and they could just win the game. All right, this is perfect. I think my strategy is going to work. Okay, I have multiple counter gain. I have a bosses for this guy. My strategy is coming into fruition. We got this, okay? But I'm too far ahead in prizes, which is a bit of a problem. Ironically, I'm a little bit too ahead in prizes right now. Okay, but again, Dust Noir has 160 hit points, so it doesn't get Nullifying Zeroed. If they use Gaia Wave, that's not the worst thing they could do. But I could also win the game with triple Dust Noir. Actually, yeah, 2 Dust Noir and a Dusclops knocks out the Mega Zygarde, and then I can clean them up with Luxray. This is hilarious. Okay, we got this. This is all coming down to this. You're about to watch somebody get absolutely destroyed here. But oh God, I have to do math. I have to do so much math right now. Oh no. Okay, there's a Poffin. We don't want that. I want to definitely get the Dust Noir. We get the Dust Noir first. Okay, how many Night Stretchers we got? We got 3. And a Legacy Energy and only 1 counter gain. I believe there's 2 in the deck, so that means there were some shenanigans that occurred. Okay, so Poffin for Shanks, I guess. Just to get it out of the deck. Actually, what else we got? We got Pokemon. I just want to get it out of the deck because this needs to... Does this need to hit? I don't know if this needs to hit. That's a Lilies. Okay. They're about to Nullifying Zero. Which is bad. Oh, geez. What do I do? This is such a tough call. Like, things were working out until they weren't. Because if they have an Air Balloon, I'm screwed. I mean, let's just go Lily's Determination and see what happens. Nothing happened. All right. Well, actually, wait. I can win. I think I can win. I think I can win here. Okay, so we go... Oh, God. I don't have enough time. There's not enough time. We don't have enough time to do all this. All right, so that's going to get knocked out. And we go Night Stretcher for the Dust Noir. I probably should have put the Baby Blood Moon Ursa Luna in here, right? Because they're just going to bosses my Badoo and win the game, aren't they? Yeah, they're just going to 100% bosses the Badoo here. Okay, and then... Wait, didn't they take a knockout last turn? Hang on a second. Did they yeah, my Fez and Skibidi was knocked out. So then we go for a Fez. We go for a Fez, which I don't even think is correct, but we go for it. Okay. And then Ultra Ball away the Poffin and the Judge. Go get a Dust Noir. Yeah, because again, we know they're going to Nullifying 0. So I'm just I'm just hoping they don't have bosses. That's all we're at. We can hope they flip tails. Like, which is more likely, that they flip all tails or that they don't have a bosses? Well, I'd say all tails because they definitely have a bosses. But what if they don't? What if this is the greatest turn you've ever seen in the history of the Pokemon trading card game and they just don't got it like that? And also, the counter gain would have won me the game as well. Yeah, because I could have maybe done the thing. So if I hadn't prized that counter gain, things might have been slightly different. All right. Well, let's attach that there. End turn. And then they're going to bosses the Badoo. Just put me out of my misery. There it is. Yeah. Well, let's not go on to the YouTube video because it was so anticlimactic, right? If it was an interesting end to the game, then we include it. Yeah, just a couple things go slightly differently. Just a couple things go differently here. A couple things go differently there. It would have been very interesting. All right, so maybe I need to put in like catchers or something. All right, so we have Stunfisk. How many Night Stretchers? I have 3 Night Stretcher, 2 counter gain. I mean, I think the list is fine. You know, obviously, if I'd had more time to figure it out. Don't worry, Myrtle. Only 2 more years of Boss's Orders until they reprint it again. All right, so Pokemaster NX 98. All right, we're going to start turn 1. We're going to get Tapu Koko and all of our basics. Turn 1, Tapu Koko, Energy, all of our basics. Oh, man. Oh, God. I mean, is this a... Yeah, what... Pilot, what did we say about talking? Okay, it's Starm. Finally! Oh my god! There's a Duska. Oh, hallelujah. Everybody, crap in your pants. Get your pants. Soil your pants right now. I can't risk it that they just have everything next turn. So I'm gonna Carmine. Wow, that was completely useless. Thank you. Wow, that could not have gone worse. That could not have been a worse thing that happened. I could not have found myself in a worse situation than what just happened right there. But we are finally facing our first Starmie. And of course, I'm playing the weirdest, wackiest build with triple Duskull, 1 of each Luxray. Yeah, Salvatore, Repel, Donk incoming, probably. And easy cheesy, there's a new Tauros coming in Chaos Rising, so that's when I'd probably look into it. So this is the new Tauros. It's not, you know, the best card because it does attack for 2 energy, but you pair it with the Paldean Tauros, you put a counter gain in your deck, and then, you know, you can do 300 damage to somebody. I mean, you'll probably do like 50, but you can do 300 damage to somebody, which again will never actually happen, but you can, okay? It is entirely possible. They were a Salvatore away from absolutely destroying me, by the way. So I think that this card makes Tauros better. It's not necessarily a good card, but you put a fighting energy, which you already have, and counter gain, you have somebody who can snipe the bench, right? Like, how is that bad? Well, there's a water gun. Notice how I went to a shamanless build and we faced 3 decks that absolutely body you for not playing a shaman? Did you notice that? Anyone else notice that? All right, so there's a Shanks. Let's go Duskull, Shanks. And I think it's better to item lock them. Yeah, it's better to item lock them here than do anything else. Because I'm not worried about Starmie. Starmie is not a problem right now. What's a problem is Starmie bosses. Starmie bosses will be a problem. Starmie will not be a problem. I am not worried about Starmie whatsoever. But yeah, just the Tauros. The other one is what? It's 40 damage for each Pokemon with Tauros in its name that has a damage counter on it. So you can watch my old video. I'll have to update it. But this is why I'm waiting, is because there is a new Tauros. It is more viable than the other one currently available. I think the other one's just like do 30 damage or something for a single energy. And that's no Monkey Dory, so that is perfect. They were setting me up perfectly for a Monkey Dory knockout on Badoo double turn. Okay, but this is a little awkward because their active is not an EX. More viable than Zero, true. Their active is not an EX, which is a slight problem for us. So maybe I should put the Stun Fist down just to kind of let it get knocked out. Yeah, I think that's what I do here. And I go for another Luxray just so we don't get our absolute butt blown out here. So we still have a Lilies. Please don't fail me, Lily. Please? I'm begging you, Lily. Thank you. Wow, that's way too much. Wow, that's terrible. Okay, so we go retreat into the Stun Fist. I attach to this guy. We got all of our buddy Puffins at the worst possible time. And I'm going to have to put Totsadiri down because I'd rather have Totsadiri in play than the other dude. And I guess it's just Power Glass counter gain. Just put them both down. Seems like the best course of action here. Because, yes, I understand the Luxray both have abilities, but I can evolve. I have double Luxray. There's the Legacy. That's great that we got it off the prizes. And easy cheesy. Yeah, Tauros can be a lot of fun. Let me whip it out real quick. While they probably get everything in bosses and Starmie and make me hate life. So there's the Paldean Tauros. Yeah, 40 damage for each of your Pokemon that has Tauros in its name. So Paldean Tauros and regular Tauros work. The old Tauros does 30 damage for a single energy, so it does knock out Badoo, which is fine. And then the second attack is like something to do with evolvating and something. All right, I would imagine they're going to go for the Totsadiri. If I had to guess, I would say they're putting the 50 on the Totsadiri because I am in my opponent's head right now. Oh, crap. And yeah, they got the Frostlass. Okay, so I would assume they're going to put the 50 on the Totsadiri because that ensures a quicker prize card than when they wouldn't do that. Because I don't think they're going for a Luxray. Yeah, they're going to Jetting Blow me. I think they're going for the Totsadiri. Oh, they went for a... That's the... Okay. I would not have gone for that one. All right, so we go this guy in the active. I think now I do have to put the Meowth down so we can have a chance to win the game. And there's another counter gain. Great. All right, well, we want to waste the Poffin. This is like an easily winnable matchup, but I'm playing the weirdest possible build. I'm playing the dumbest build you could possibly play here. All right, so Carmine versus Lilies. I mean, I can attach... I think I just have to Lilies. As much as I want a Carmine, I think I just have to Lilies. Oh, yeah, Risky Ruins, whatever. Okay, so then we go Legacy Energy on the active. I'm going to put Counter Gain on you just to get it out of the deck. So, yeah, maybe I should have just used Carmine. Kind of feels dumb. Oh, wow. Okay, well, we got the Luxray. That's exactly what I needed. Unfortunately, I am in a dilly of a pickle. Oh, man. Yeah, let's get rid of... I mean, we're going to lose probably the Tatsugiri next turn. Probably losing the Tatsugiri. So I don't think I need the air balloon. But if I go for Dusclops... We go Dusclops down. I can do 240, which is not great, but I can go Curse Blast. Hang on, hang on. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Oh, this is great. You've never seen this play before. I can guarantee you, you have never seen this play before. You've never seen a double Dusclops on a Starmie into a Piercing Gaze, and you still lose the game. You've never seen this before. You've never seen someone still lose the game even when they enacted their entire strategy. All right, but the reason I didn't want to use Volt Strike is because I'd lose my Legacy Energy. I do realize they're dangerously close to winning the game already, but I can get rid of any card in their hand. And I do win the game next turn if they don't win the game next turn. Oh, okay. This is weird. Yeah, hang on. Do I get rid of the darkness? I think I get rid of the darkness energy. But if that's so awkward. The reason I didn't go for the Starmie, which I think most people would have gone for, the reason I didn't do it is because they didn't have a water energy. Oh, this is game. I literally have game if they don't win this turn. They did not have the hand for it. The reason I went for the darkness energy is because then they could power up a Monkey Dory. They might be able to, maybe make something happen. I just thought, like, they could what can they top deck, right? If they top deck a water energy... No, I probably should have gone for the Starmie, right? I probably should have gone for the Starmie in that situation, because what if they top deck Lilies, and then they Lilies... No, but even then, right? Because if, let's say they top deck bosses, that means they just have a Starmie with no energy, they have nobody, they can bring up, one of my guys, and I can't do anything about it, so that's bad. Yeah, I think that was the right call, getting rid of the darkness energy, because let's say they top deck bosses, they have no attackers, right? There's nothing they can do if they top deck bosses. If they top deck Lilies, they could attack, yes, but they can't bosses, so they would have hit into my Luxray and evolved with Starmie, and then I just had game. And if they took a knockout on, anybody... So, people always say, new players, I always say this about new players, is they would look at Meowth EX and say, why would you play a card that is so weak, that gives up 2 prizes, that is weak to fighting? And it's because the alternative is you just don't play the game. Yeah, and I knew they would Pokepad for a Frostlass, or like a Glalie, I guess, if they could. But Frostlass is fine, and we just win the game anyway. So I'm a fart smeller. But yeah, a lot of new players would look at this and say, how is this worth it? Well, it's because it turns an Ultra Ball into a supporter. So it's the difference between being able to play the game and not being able to play the game. Yes, there's the times where you start Meowth and you hate it. But at the start of a game, it turns an Ultra Ball into a Lilies, which takes you out of a dead hand. And then late in the game, it gets you a Bosses, which I would absolutely need right now. And mid-game, when I needed it, it got me a supporter. So yes, it is a 2-prize liability. Lucario knocks it out easily. Same with Fezandipity. But they're worth the trouble because they... So wait, was their top deck a Night Stretcher? So they had Pokepad. Yeah, their top deck was a Night Stretcher. So it didn't matter. No matter what I got rid of, it didn't matter. Isn't that great? No matter what you do in life, it doesn't matter, because PDCGL just gives them the card they need to get whatever back. It was still thank you, Mark. Us high-level players, we need to stick together. So would you look at that? I faced my first Starmie. It requires the most math I've ever done in my entire life, and I still win the game. And That is how good I am. See, Meowth. This is the downside of Meowth as well, is if they didn't have a Meowth in play, they would have won. But because they had a Meowth, watch, they probably would have still lost, because I would have used Carmine, I would have gotten rid of the best card in their hand. But that's just how it goes. I'm just this good at playing Luxray. As long as I don't face Dragapult or Lucario, I have a positive win rate with this deck. Well, and I guess also our Chaladon if you're playing the Clefairy build. But if you don't face Lucario or Dragapult with this deck, Lightning has a chance. The problem is that Lucario is the #1 most played deck on PDCGL, and Dragapult's #2, and it's also the best deck. So, can you play Lightning decks in 2026 on PDCGL? No, but if you don't face Lucario, Luxray still has a chance, especially if you're as good as me. And thank you, Evie. Thank you. I appreciate it. You don't see me right now, but I'm taking a bow. Pretend like I'm a pirate and I board them from the front of the ship. I'm taking a bow. Yeah, I'm taking a bow. All right, so this is, I think, the first Japanese list that did anything. Let me just take a quick look. Sure, I committed that to memory in those 5 seconds I looked at it. All right, well, we have our YouTube video, and it's all different decks. It's our Chaladon, Trevenant, our Bolivest army. So, as long as you don't face Lucario or Dragapult, this is a viable deck. And that's all I wanted to showcase. The vibes are bad because everyone's playing Lucario, and that's not great. Okay, Stunfisk is fine. This is a hand. Okay, I mean, it seems like every time I go first, I wish I'd gone second and my ball's in a vice versa grip. All right, well, I'm willing to put one into play. Okay, I'm definitely willing to put one into play. I'm not willing to put more than one into play when it comes to electric. All right, let's get it up here. So I'm going to trap their Snow Runt. They're probably going to be able to evolve it. I could... Oh, they're just playing a true Frostlass deck. Ruh-roh. But I can control their hand. And there's the Lilies. I cannot control their hand. There's a monkey. Monkey see, monkey kill. All right. Oh no, I don't know if we got this one. Canary. Every time, like am I being facetious when I say that Canary is not a good card? Because I would much rather this be any type of supporter. I would much rather this Canary was a Lilies, a Carmine, a Morty's, anything but Canary. Because yes, I understand that I can play the game now, but can I? Like, I can get rid of my Lightning Energy. I don't want to get rid of my Lightning Energy. I liked my Lightning Energy. I wish my Lightning Energy could stay a Lightning Energy forever and not grow up and learn to hate me. Yeah, I don't mind having fun with youngsters. All right, well, we're going to hold off on the electric. We're going to Pouncing Trap. Most likely they're going to do the thing, but it didn't matter if I evolve into electric. It's actually probably worse to evolve into electric because I lose a free retreater if they knock out the Stunfisk. And even if I do evolve into electric and they have Mega Frostlass, it would still do 100 damage. And there's the Mega Frostlass. Alrighty. Well, this is not great. Huh. I mean, they're probably... Oh, they're getting a Monkey Dory. Okay, that's bad. I really don't know what my top deck's going to be. But again, yeah, I really would like it if this was a Lilies. It's, yes, getting 4 Lightning Pokemon is great, but there's not great Lightning Pokemon. That's the problem with Canary, is that we need better cards, and we're not getting many cards this year. You know, we're going to get 6 sets, and they immediately bump the battle cage. But it's fine. Everything's great. You know, they got the perfect stadium. They bump my battle cage. I don't have a playable hand. I have to decide who exactly to go for here. So I think I have to give them the Shanks, because this at least guarantees an attack next turn with my Luxray, or like the turn after. And if everything works out, I can get the other Luxray that has free retreat. You jerk. You absolute... Okay, no, this is fine. This is fine. We get rid of the Luxray EX. As long as I have another Luxray EX, we're fine. We got it, baby. We absolutely freaking got it. All right. I just manufactured this, and I'm amazing. Okay. And yeah, if only we could play this format that people really enjoy in this card game. Why did I get more than I needed? That was me not paying attention. That's what happens when you stare down at your feet. All right, let's go. Retreat. Piercing Gaze. I can knock out the Mega Frostlass next turn if they don't got it like that. Oh my goodness. There's no good option. Look at their hand. Their hand is insane. I would, in any other hand, I'd get rid of all 4 of these. All right, well, I think the Crispin makes the most sense in that situation. Because this way they can't do the thing, right? They're going to use Wally's Compassion this turn, obviously. Or they're going to top deck... Or they'll just top deck the Hilda. Oh, you know, they'll just top deck the Hilda. Who, obviously they'll top deck the Hilda. How silly of me. I can get the Wallies, but now they have a Frostlass. Now they have double Monkey Dory. They can knock out my Electric. I'm going to have 2 cards in hand. You know, they have the Frostlass. So, like, yes, I can get rid of it. And also I can knock out their Mega Frostlass. But what am I doing after this? Right? What are you doing after this? Where are you going? Can we go to your house afterwards? Okay, well, I mean, the good news is we're knocking out the Frostlass. The bad news is we're losing all of our energy. And we're going to have a Luxray that's very close to dying. And I'm going to be taking 3 prizes, and they're going to take 2 prizes, and they have a Mega Sig. Yeah, so this is bad. I mean, they already attached, so they have to attack with the active, which is nice. But they have the 1 Frostlass. I mean, I'm clearing the board, right? That's the one nice thing, is I'm clearing the board. They're going to be able to put 60 damage wherever they want. Good card. I said good card. I said good card. All right, so wait, in this situation, do I boss? No, I can't boss as this Frostlass. I just have to Volt Strike and hope. Right, that's about all I can do, is just Volt Strike, and I just have to form Voltron and hope here. Yeah, that's not great. So we have a free retreater. The Mega Electros would have kind of sucked, so I'm not really sad about that. I don't like Mega Electros. I've never liked it. You know, it has some utility, but I've just never liked it that much. But yeah, it turns out the Turbo Dust Noir build was my favorite. But which version do you want me to play to finish up the stream? I want to play the Clefairy build, but the Hammer build is more torturous, and they got Alana Zaid off of the poke. So the Hammer build will be more torturous because I'll flip only tails. But it'll be funnier if I play the Clefairy build and we run into nothing but metal decks. Well, Incineroar, you're not subbed, so remember, this is a democracy and your vote doesn't really matter. I mean, I guess I just put Tatsugiri down, retreat into the Tatsugiri, and do 210. That's all I can do is just 210 damage. That's not great. I got Gravity Mountain. I need, like, Battle Cage. So is that what you're voting for, Mark? So is this a long-winded way of saying that's the one you're voting for? That was painful to watch. So yes, please play that. All right, there's a Rotom, which I Rotomly don't want to see. Let's go there. Dynamo. And retreat. And I don't know what I'm doing, but whatever it is I'm doing, we're doing it right now. We are doing it right now. Okay. All right. I think that's a not so subtle hint. That is a not so subtle, and we don't even get to see the end screen. PDC Jill is that mad at us that we don't even get to see the end screen. Cheesy, I'm trying to focus on more fun builds, but yeah, I'll get to everything eventually because we're only getting maybe 500 cards this year across 6 sets, which is kind of crazy. But we're only getting about 500 cards this year, so there's not a whole lot of options. And make sure you vote in the poll if you have a Twitter account. It is still Mimikyu that's winning. Dupiter is still in second. Lopunny is next, and Zacian. Saying Zacian is the worst one. It has the worst mouthfeel. Oh my. All right, mods, whoever voted for the Hammers build, immediately ban them, please. Oh, God, no, not like this. Oh, thank you. Oh, that was so close. That was so close. That was almost a disaster. And you know what? I'm going to attach to you. We're going to end turn, and I can knock out a Staryu. And Owen, now I want to let, I'm streaming, right? I'm live streaming in front of people. I want them to have decisions. I want you to have some agency here. Right? I want you to have some of that game that never came out for Rockstar, that agent game. But what I'm trying to do, easy cheesy, what if you don't have a Twitter account? Then create one. Or have a fun life and be well-adjusted not having one. But the thing I'm trying to do is I'm trying to play either new decks or old decks with new cards. So, like, when I say I'm playing Crustle, that's because there are new cards for Crustle. And the big one is Growing Grass. So we do that. So, like, when I'm playing a deck these days, I want it to have some sort of new card. Like, when I played Trevenant, that's because Telepathic Psychic Energy. I tortured myself with Clefable because it's a new card. Mega Starmery, that fits in with Steven's Metagross, which is a playable deck now. And, like, there's a couple ideas I have for Hole Digging Shovel. Obviously, number one is Cerule Edge. But the other one is that Wo Chien deck, but it only gets rid of 8 cards, right? You play 4 Hole Digging Shovel, as opposed to those shovels that don't dig holes. And also, what kind of a person can use a shovel with a handle that short? Is that a shovel for ants? All right, well, I'm guessing they have a Darkness Energy in hand. Ooh, they're going to Badoo me. Ooh, this is great. But, like, Cerule Edge is number one. Then there's the Wo Chien that snipes 120 to your opponent's bench Pokemon if they suck their own butt. So that's good, too. But just Hole Digging Shovel is just not a good card. All right, so we go into you. Jolting Charge. I will, as long as they don't have a bosses, we're fine. All right, let's just get 1, 2. Let's just thin out everything from the deck. I go, lightning there, grass there, grass, lightning. We are fully set up to win the game. Even then, it's not a very, like, you're not a Bionicle, you're not a Metabot. You're not Rokusho. You're not a Metabot who's got, you take the thing from your opponent and add it to your build. So, as long as that's fine. You can get a Mega Starmie. It's as long as you don't have boss's energy clap my cheeks. I know what you kids are interested in these days. I know Metabots is hot among them kids. All right, actually, do I just knock out the Monkey Dory? Or no, I just knocked out the Badoo. Yeah, we just knocked out, I don't bother wasting my bosses. I just knock out the Badoo and get rid of their best card. All right, I think I just give them a thumbs up because it seems like they're on the struggle bus over there. And I think it makes sense to hard retreat the Joltik. Because remember, if I use Volt Strike, I have to, okay, never mind. Oh, I can't use it. All right, so I think we retreat the lightning. And I know, but it's not my fault that they made the game this way. We hold on to the lightning, we hold on to the air balloon, we hold on to everything because they can't do anything right now. And I'm getting rid of their best card. Yeah, baby. So undefeated against Starmie. And we got Unfair Stamp. Yeah, like I mentioned that because if you haven't checked out my new YouTube short, go to the Shorts tab. I put a lot of good stuff there. Oh, I put about how the PDCGL, you know, they promote bad sportsmanship because there was that whole thing where someone celebrated too hard and got a game loss. But then you look at Pokemon Champions, and Pokemon Champions, you can buy victory poses. On PDCGL, you literally jump up and down. Yeah, you stick your hand in my shorts, you're going to find something good in there. They top decked a Carmine. Why? What? I mean, what? Oh yeah, don't let me forget that I have to play a ranked game. So if anyone can remind me in a couple days, boy, you got to make sure you play a ranked game. Mega Starmie always has it. Because I forgot to play a ranked game a little while back in Pocket, and I didn't get my like 50 packs for the month, or my 50 pack hourglasses for the month. Okay, a little risky, I think. I think that's a little risky to go for my Shinx in this situation. I wouldn't have done that. I would not have exposed my Mega Starmie, but this is like me facing Lucario, except you have a better chance in this matchup if you're Starmie, I think. We got the Galvantuna. All right, there's Shinx. We're just going to put the Shinx down. And yeah, that's fine. So I should probably air balloon this guy. Volt Strike. Save the Unfair Stamp for later, just in case. All right, and 1, 2, 3. Because what are they going to do? Item lock me here? That's about it. And I can use Piercing Gaze for any energy, so it doesn't have to be. So yeah, maybe I should have put the air balloon on the active Luxray. And Crypto, yeah, I wanted to be sure here that they just can't do something spicy. Right, they have no energy on the field. They have to promote Badoo. They have to Meowth for a thingy thing. So yeah, I'm willing to take my time here. Unlike 3 doors down, it is my time. Clam Burglar would have laughed at that one. You know, if Clam Burglar was here, Clam Burglar would have laughed. Yeah, it's like, don't be a sore winner or sore loser. What the hell? Also, PDCGL, you jump up and down after you win. Like, I have been saying this for, what, 4 years? Go to a tournament, use one of the, you know, a good player can play a bad hand well, and then jump up and down while you say it. And then, like, tell me, right? And then tell me if you get banned. And just be like, this is the kind of stuff you want. And Crypto, thank you. I still haven't seen the new Superman movie, by the way. It's on, in Canada, it's on the most expensive streaming service, and I don't want to give them money because I don't like their streaming service because it kind of sucks. All right, so they got an Adrenabrain. They have a Frostlass, so I have to be a little careful here. Because if they have a Mega Frostlass, do I just lose the game? Yeah, I'm really regretting not putting the air balloon on the active. I kind of knew that I should have done that. But just something told me, you know, make it entertaining. Make it and then we get double poffin, because of course we do. All right, let's go. Oh, geez. I mean, so if I bosses the Meowth, I mean, the Meowth is going to get knocked out at some point, right? Because this guy's doing 180. Yeah, so the Galvantula is a game-winning card. So yeah, we want to attach the grass because the Galvantula is literally a game-winning card. Because the Galvantula is doing 180. And unless my opponent has everything this turn, they can't win. So this guy's doing 180, so they have an ability. I'm going to attach a lightning. As long as they don't win the game this turn, I win the game next turn, and I thought they were going to go for Mega Frostlass. The only way they can win is with Wellspring Mask Ogerpon. I think that's the only way they can win this turn is if they go Counter Gain, Energy Switch, boom, boom, and then I have to... I mean, I'm going to stamp them, and then I can attach, so we're not completely out of it, even if they have everything. Even if they have literally everything and they knock out Luxray and Galvantula, I stamp them, I attach, and then we're just a Luxray away from winning. And yes, yes, I did a little bit of lisping there. All right, I'm just going to let you know that I have it because a couple of things have to resolve here. So this is proper etiquette, as the kids these days would say. Proper etiquette. Oh, I also had the knockout with Luxray, but whatever, okay? This was not proper etiquette. This was not BMing. I just wanted to take a knockout with Galvantula. All right, I mean, we finished with 7 wins. We finished in the 1400s. Considering how bad some of those games went, I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about Shu. You're not going to like our NYPD Shu. It's pretty much the same thing. All right, yeah, so do you want Yveltal or Mega Starmie? I'm probably going to test both real quick tomorrow just to see which one feels better. But I want Yveltal, but Mega Starmie is probably the good one. You're a boomer like the rest of us, and you want Yveltal, but you're not sub PB. That's not your personal best. You got to sub. You know, every time you sub is a new personal best. All right, so let's raid Sunny. Crypto? Well, Crypto, you give me money, of course. All right, so Sunny, TCG. We'll raid Sunny, and then, yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. So unless testing goes horribly, the problem with Yveltal is that I want to, you know, use the attack. I want to use the attack to wipe their butt, and I don't know if I'll be able to do that. But I'll do testing. Hopefully Yveltal, if not Starmie. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Luxray kind of works.